Alright, I think that means we're live. Alright, so, quick thing, you might notice that somebody who joined very last minute last time isn't here. Something came up, he's not going to be here. This changes some things. We apologize for that, because if we knew beforehand, it wouldn't have been an introduction last game. Oh well. But where we left off was said character, who introduced himself as Ronald Kessler and came into his own soundtrack, has since kind of met the party. They've realized they have some kind of connection to him, and he and Faust have separated themselves while Carradine, Kevin, Krullick, Anna, and Taylor have all entered the home / base of Luke and have gone upstairs after meeting a very ornery halfling, entered a room where another human woman seems to be waiting, reading through papers, while they almost immediately after they entered, another human male burst in and then did the one thing the halfling told them not to do and broke into Luke's room, where he is then
quite bombastically
disappeared into. I was planning to start it one way, but instead, we're going to go straight to you guys.
Sounds good.
If you're all set,
Yep.
there is a doggo, if you can see the doggo, bathing in the sun. I don't know if you can. If you can't, sorry. Alright, so, in the room where I believe you are still standing, you are still standing, you, Anna, and Taylor have all found places to sit.
sort of, yeah.
Yes. You have managed with your 2 tuning forks,
Why do you have 2?
because he couldn't get rid of the one.
I have 2 great swords. I mean, we all just have 2
True.
weapons.
Like, realistically, you're surrounded by
2
people who just don't know
weapons.
how to let go. But you also did when all of a sudden the man burst in, after making a comment about he'll fix it, bursts through the door and closes it.
Cheers.
After that, the room kind of falls silent again and continues for about 5-ish minutes.
Well,
Unless.
and then after that happens, a couple seconds go by. I turn to the lady. Does that normally happen?
Without looking up to you, as she flips over another page she's reading, yes. She doesn't seem happy about it.
Well, she was here first. Well, makes sense that she wouldn't be happy about it.
Might make just right, huh?
And after that question, the room falls silent. I don't know if it's like the continuation, but
In response to this discussion, I'll just say, you have my condolences. As I walk out.
as you walk out,
Well, as I walk out with the group and wherever we're going.
We're still
you're
sitting.
still sitting there.
Then I just sit there.
Okay. Well, you locked your armor and are currently standing.
Yeah.
But
Just the suit of armor just says.
yeah, you let the hydraulics go and go, my condolences from your tin can.
Yeah.
Yes. And after this kind of weird exchange, the room kind of falls to silence. Those who are sitting can take it as a short rest if you are here long enough for that. Those who are standing are not resting.
Nope.
Just so you know.
I'd hope even the people sitting aren't resting because we're in an unfamiliar place. It's
That's
like
the thing. It's their choice. They
even
have
if
the
I was
option
sitting, I
to
wouldn't be
take the
resting.
short rest.
I am resting.
You got hurt.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, though, we're gonna have to see if you actually do manage the short rest. We'll roll at the end.
That's true.
But 'cause you
Faust
guys-
healed us afterwards, right? Or no?
Not really.
He didn't.
He spent like 4 spells. Most of you were fine. He couldn't tell how injured you were. You were covered in purple worm blood. You still are.
I know.
You enjoyed it.
Yes, it's beautiful. I love it.
It's awful.
It is awful. With an O.
Dang it, I
So
don't have
now
that.
we're just sitting around.
So
Like a
after a
bunch of
couple
idiots.
minutes of just silence and waiting, some of you are fidgeting, some of you are not.
Oh, I don't have that spell.
You've since cooled yourself off at least once in this room. And yeah, there's some fidgeting from both Anna and Taylor. Taylor tapping kind of incessantly on a wooden.
What's she look like?
Taylor?
Mm-hmm.
In thought, but like the thought is unpleasant.
Okay. So she doesn't look happy.
No, but it's just not like she's angry. It's
Right.
just one of those thoughts that get stuck in your head that you don't like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, you're like half falling asleep in
Nodding
your
off.
chair.
/ dying.
And so after a couple minutes, Anna kind of breaks the silence, being unwilling to sit in silence, and it's like, so that was a first. Have any of you seen Faust be so? And there's like a gap. Friendly? A heavy question mark.
I don't think
No,
would
I have
call
never
that
been.
friendly.
But he wasn't.
And
Didn't shoot at him.
I mean, he shook his hand.
That's
I've
true.
never even seen Faust touch any of you outside of healing you.
Or shoot an arrow.
Would you consider that touching at long range?
Yeah.
Touching at long range.
That's my fault.
Yes, it is.
But during this conversation, Taylor's tapping starts to kind of increase.
Yeah.
And as you guys are kind of just
I mean, the thing is that that guy, as far as we know from what he said, is like an old colleague of Faust's. And so, is the son of a
and
old
as
colleague.
you're kind of talking, Taylor, I don't want to blow out the mic, but explodes. What do you mean? He came up worse than I did, and he didn't get a single arrow. I was shot at. I was nearly had my throat slit, and he comes up and does something worse. Can immediately speak in your heads. Could have been spying on you, and all of a sudden everyone's best buddies. Are you kidding me? You guys don't trust me now, and I've been with you for over a month. And just goes off. And Anna just kind of looks. And Taylor
wait.
just keeps going.
Yep.
It's deserved.
Oh yeah.
Do you say that? Like, say what you're actually saying. Is that
Yeah,
Taylor?
I agree.
You say it's deserved?
No, I say, well...
No, he was saying that it was deserved of she yelling at us.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
No, it's...
but so she's just going.
So I don't think we actually trust him.
I don't trust
I
him.
sure don't.
I definitely don't.
And you say this in your head, right?
I say
To
this
everybody?
directly to
To Taylor.
And then I speak. I'm like, I don't.
Well, no, he didn't say that to you. You didn't hear him say this. He
Oh, he
that
said he said-
specifically to
No,
Taylor.
I said
Okay.
it directly to Taylor. And only
In
to
her
Taylor.
head. Okay, I thought you were saying out
But
loud.
then Taylor, like, something like you say that and goes, like, you actually ever mattered. The most thing you did was throw my poison in the ocean. Faust shook his bloody hand, and you didn't even pull a blade. Gesturing
We're
to you.
also in a place where I'm not really gonna do that.
I was walking along the beach.
Right, not with witnesses.
Like that has ever mattered to any of you. We just burned down a compound. After burning down a temple, after blowing up a temple, after burning down a guy's house in the middle of a city, after then
I didn't
going-
burn down that house.
But then
All the stuff you're saying is all of them. I've never done that kind of stuff in public.
you kicked down a man's door in the middle of a city,
Right, I did that.
and then killed him in his home.
We were trying to kill him, so I mean, I kind of got the mission accomplished. So.
Witnesses have never been an issue, so don't even bring that up.
We're in a place we have no idea where we are right now, like, and they're all aggressive. These are aggressive witnesses. Back there, I didn't have to worry about some random
So you're
person
just a coward
coming
is
up.
all it is. You're gonna threaten a person walking on the beach unarmed, but you're not willing to
Faust threatened you, and that's why I backed him
do it.
up.
Faust shot me. You threatened me.
Because he shot you.
So what? You're just going with everything Faust says? You're just gonna trust him because he's an old war buddy's
Listen.
son, potentially because he had some.
I don't
armed
trust the
pro?
guy. I'm saying I trust Faust's instincts.
Congrats. He was wrong about a lot of things.
Right.
I haven't tried to kill any of you. On the other hand, I have been attempted to be killed by him thrice.
Yeah.
You, once.
Yep.
Although you've kind of made up for it, but I'm angry.
I understand. That's fair.
And I am not okay. And I do not like him, and I do not... Is Faust racist? Is that what it is? Is he sexist?
I mean, he meant you
He's-
both ways.
And he threatened you both ways. So
And he hated you both ways.
At this both ways comment, you do see the other woman kind of like peer out. Kind of just peer out. very confused for a moment before she lowers her
Listen,
eyes back.
It's a long story.
I say you have every right to be angry at us. I honestly didn't even know what the situation was when you got shot at by Faust.
Oh, congrats! You didn't know.
So,
You
I'm
woke
sorry.
up and then held your giant sword against my throat, while I had three arrows
less giant
in
now
me.
because my other sword's way bigger than the other one.
It doesn't make it any
The
less
scale
giant.
doesn't really matter when it's against the neck.
I know, and I'm sorry for that.
He shot me in my kneecaps. I couldn't even move.
I was an adventurer like
That's
you once. And I took an arrow to the knee.
Except the adventure is starting because of the arrow in me, actually, in this case. But
right.
Uh-huh.
So
Ow, ow.
I don't know under the what circumstances you were shot under, and I'm sorry that I didn't even try to figure it out before
so
I held
now
the
you're
knife.
the calm, patient one. Great.
There's not really much I can say to make you feel any better about this, so I'm sorry, and
We are just a mess, aren't we?
You
You
think?
could say
Yeah.
that.
Tin Can chimes in. Just suddenly.
Yeah, no, it's just no
Oh,
movement at all.
I don't want to get started on you,
Is
Mr.
it-
Just go with the flow and blow up everything.
is it too soon to ask why you were walking on the beach that day?
Because I was scouting to see if cantilevers had found out that I was camped out of the city.
So you thought we were cantilevers?
I was checking.
Okay.
They have a very obvious gold coin they hang around. It's not that hard to find on them.
Right.
Like,
I have one now.
yes, you do have one now. I was looking if you had one then. What happens was if you didn't, I was going to simply walk by. Until all of a sudden, this elf in a tree suddenly has 3 arrows in my back. Well,
No,
2 in my
in your
knees
front.
and 1 in my shoulder.
Yeah.
And then, after the conversation, he put a 4th. So
Yeah.
don't even. There was
I'm
conversation.
not even
and I was
anything.
honest. I even got you loot. And I was still put in that stupid robe full of whatever poison syringes were in there.
Yeah.
By the way, he has poison. She directs us at you.
Yes, I know. And try not to think about it. But he keeps it away.
And that's just kind of like waving on it. Kind of does grab one of her hands. It's like, it goes, I'm not mad at you, but I'm mad at things.
Wow.
And Donna's just like, okay. And yet,
So-
I swear, if Faust comes back with that man and it's just, here's some new friend, I'm gonna kill him. I don't know which one, but I'm gonna try to kill one of them.
You know, I think we should look at this a different way, though. We should be keeping an eye on him. Instead of...
Faust apparently has the ability to track us.
Yeah. He has
So there
eyes
you
in
go.
his head.
What?
And in his head.
Sorry, what did you say?
Well, there you go.
If
That
he's the
doesn't
one
make
who
it
trusts
better.
him, it doesn't help.
But didn't we... At least some of us figure out how to do that?
No.
No.
Oh.
I was like, I once, sorta, with Faust's help, kinda.
Oh, I did it a little bit too when she did it.
You got the general, gist of a direction.
Well, having him around would make it easier for us since we can't track him.
To
Right,
what,
but
stab us in the back?
Faust can
He's a
track us whether he's with us or
proclaimed
not.
assassin.
No, that. Yeah.
I was a walker on the beach and got shot.
Right. And that's what I'm saying.
Also,
Sorry.
again, another moment of woman's eyes come up over her paper and then kind of goes back down.
The thing is, Faust can track him whether or not he's with us. He doesn't have to be with us for us to keep an eye on him or for Faust to keep an eye on him.
I guess that's right.
So, but what the thing is you're mad right now, and I'm sorry. So, that's all I can say.
This whatever change in character that you have currently had makes me real annoyed. Because I want you just to try to kill me so I can kill you or something. I don't know. You've been really nice and it's weird and I don't trust it.
See, now the tables have turned.
Yeah, but I'm not the one who's threatened you constantly. I have never once threatened you.
And he did when he got really mad at me one time.
That's because
Oh
you
my
did
gosh.
something real stupid. That I
Hey, he
can't
still
remember.
threatened me.
Grudges.
Payback is fair.
That's what I'm saying.
So what? Do I get some shots of Faust? Is that what this is?
You can take as many shots of Faust as you want. I'm not gonna stop you.
I'm assuming you actually make that face.
Ugh.
You don't think I could take him?
Listen, it's not that you can't take him.
You might.
You can attempt whatever you'd like. We'll be sitting there watching.
I prefer.
And if one of you gets too close to death, then we'll probably jump in and try and stop.
And do what exactly? If I'm the one close to death, he's the only one that heals us.
That's a potion.
Okay, correction. Heals you mostly. He's healed me like twice, I guess, but 4 arrows, 2 heals, still skewed.
Agreed.
It's a great. Yeah.
He's not the only one.
Stop being calm about this. These girls like calmly talk, and then the one kind of like looks up again, looks back down.
I mean, I'm tired. You can see the state I'm in. It's been a day.
Yes, it has been a day. It's been a week. It has been a month since I've met you, and it has been a month. And now I have goblins walking around with me, and I'm in the Rata of all places. And my family has been avenged, and I am a woman.
Does this draw another glance?
Yes, there's another. This one is a full drop. And then back up. It kind of lifts it a little higher. And goes,
Yeah, he's a little weird.
He's a little weird. Wow.
I don't even know if that's accurate anymore. I have not managed to get this curse off, and I've been in it for a month. You know what it's like to be a woman for a month?
Yes.
Faust could take the curse off.
You're right.
Has it
He
happened?
could.
Have you asked him?
How do I broach that kind of topic?
Hey, make
Ask
me
him
not a
to-
woman anymore.
And again, just like, I think she's given up on like trying to read now, just kind of watching this. Sorry, you're about to say something.
No, I said just ask him.
Right, yeah.
And when am I supposed to have a conversation with Faust that hasn't led to him threatening or shooting me?
Talk to him in his head. He's far away now. He
No.
can't shoot you from where he is.
Do you want me to?
Hopefully.
You want me to interrupt his conversation with his war buddy son?
Don't do that.
That does sound really weird.
Just talk to him.
Isn't that a weird situation?
It is.
Listen,
I agree.
it's weird to us that he's an assassin, that this guy's an assassin. Faust was an assassin. So it doesn't matter. He assassin for him is like a golf buddy. I don't know what golf is, but it could be something like that.
It's the Strands version of baseball.
Right.
Where you hit people with
Yeah,
sticks.
exactly.
And it goes,
Like for him, that's just like an assassin for him. Oh, you're a friend because you know how to kill people like I do. That's it.
I don't know what.
that's not normal!
No, it's not. But who in this party is normal? You used to be a man. He carries around a giant fork. I'm a orc midget, and he's a dude that walks around a tin can all day. Anna's the one that's even remotely close to normal here, but she is a princess somewhere.
Just the woman looks. No, not a princess. No, I was the daughter of a noble. That is a different thing.
Okay, either way, you're the closest thing to this.
What'd you say?
I said it's the same in his head.
That is not the same. This is Anna now. Like, that's not the same. Sorry, changed tone. That's not the same. We're not talking about it. We're out of that country.
We don't have to talk about any of it. I'm just pointing out that
Yes,
none of us
no,
are normal.
you said it. Yes, because that's helped us so much. We never talk about anything. All of a sudden, he shows up and Faust says,
Do you
"Oh,
want to
Dan
talk
Yan
about
didn't
Anna's
lie."
nobility?
No, we've talked about that.
Okay.
I'm talking about when Faust has him show up and goes, "Oh, Dan wasn't lying about there being others." Had he mentioned that to any of you?
We didn't know.
My point!
Did any of us ask though? I never asked.
Or what are we supposed to ask? Hey, is Dan seeking any secrets about potential other people who are weirdly like us? What kind of question do we have to ask to get that response?
Probably that question.
How would I even know to ask that question?
You wouldn't, and that's why I'm saying, what does it matter? We never
We
thought
know
to ask
now.
it.
We don't know now. He walked away without talking to us about it.
That's true, but he's gonna come back.
Is he?
Possibly.
And as she points towards
Probably.
the door opens, and Faust comes in. And she goes,
Hey.
"That's not fair!"
And I want 1,000,000 gold pieces.
And Faust goes, "Didn't you already have that?" And he comes in and looks around.
Stop hitting
Hey,
the
Faust.
table.
By the way, we need some more lights now that because we forgot to cover that.
Fire the
I don't
switch.
need a lot.
Pull the lever. The lever was not pulled.
To your
We
right.
have no crunk. Crunk.
You pulled the wrong one, though.
You want to ask him now? He's here.
And she goes, you know what? I just might. Is there any other secrets about the day I am with other people thing that you've been hiding? Faust goes, yeah.
There's your answer.
That's not an answer!
What you asked was a yes or no question.
The implications. They exist.
Mm-hmm.
And he is not that dumb.
No, he's not.
Faust goes,
But he is that wise to not talk about this right
in public. He looks to the woman. Woman goes, oh,
I mean, she's heard a lot of stuff right now, anyways. So
right. Close the door.
So welcome to the group.
No.
I'm kidding.
and Brianna comes in.
But so after this, there's the yes, there's yours, and Taylor's just kind of flabbergasted
Yeah.
by this and goes, "What are they?" He goes, "You really want this now?" Yes.
Yeah, she's kind of mad right now.
Shrugs. Yeah, I'm always hinted that there were pieces, playthings, whatever. Like it's not a new concept that he's shared.
Right. He's
I
playing a
didn't
game with
realize-
us.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was something that he wasn't saying to the rest of you.
No.
Like, he's made it quite clear this is all a game.
Yeah.
Like,
To you, he's made it clear.
thought that was fairly clear at this point. He had us walk halfway across the world to go to a place where we have no reason to
had us
go
to walk-
outside of. And he kind of gestures to Anna. And he goes, I actually was always kind of curious why you guys were going to the Blade. You guys just never really said.
Dang, I've never told me to go to the Blade.
He goes, no.
No.
He asked us to go someplace. And I
Right.
forget. I think it was you.
Yeah, I kind of went.
Let's
I
go
want to go
here.
down there.
Yeah.
So, in essence, you can blame this all on me, apparently.
I mean,
Taylor
no matter
turns to you
where.
and goes, don't tempt me. Faust just kind of shrugs and goes, look,
Faust, why do you trust this guy?
I don't.
You don't.
I mean, he just ran away anyway.
I mean, it's just the fact that he shook his hand made everybody kind of freak out.
Yeah, I shook his hand. 'Cause he's more than likely, and I believe is, the son of someone I knew.
Right.
However, as I'm walking down the road with him to get a drink, we get attacked. He looks real happy about it, and then just runs off. Faster than you, by the way.
Cool. I mean, not cool.
But, yeah, so I just kind of turned around and came back because whatever that happened is kind of in the wind at the moment.
Okay.
And then he kind of looks to Taylor. Also, you're loud. I heard you from the street. You really don't trust him? You really want to get back at me? Go ahead, take your shots at me or him. I don't care. You really won't do much to me that I can't fix. Him, go for it. If he's actually Jasper's son, you won't succeed. If he's not, hey, kill him then. He's a bold-faced liar. And
I mean, this is Rata. So.
then the woman goes, we don't just mercilessly kill in the streets.
That's true.
It's in the alleys.
Well, there you go.
Connected to the streets.
And then kind of after this happens, Taylor's fuming is kind of boiled down. And does the room fall back into silence?
So you have no clue where he went?
West.
Who attacked you?
Don't know. Bolt fired from someplace.
And he just ran off after the bolt got fired?
Were you in an alley?
No.
Interesting.
Broad daylight.
In the streets.
In the streets. looks to her.
Mercilessly.
And then just, bolt got fired. He caught it. Wasn't going to hit it at us anyway.
So
I
is
don't
he
know why
returning
caught
it to the sender?
All I know is he chased where the bolt came from. Probably could have told him it wasn't quite straight west, but that's the way he ran.
All right. Well, do you know who this person is?
Who?
Luke.
Do I personally know Luke? I haven't been to the Rata in almost 100 years. No. Last time I heard of the Rata, when I was down here, it was about a quarter of this size and only had one person in charge. Some elf never really even bothered to introduce myself because he wasn't a big fan of the political structure I was under at the time.
Right.
And there be lights. Thank you. Empty glass.
Thank you. Oh,
Two empty
two
glasses.
empty glasses.
We appreciate all of your efforts
Thank
behind
you.
the camera.
You're welcome.
Don't have to be silent.
So he goes, so no, I don't know Luke. The only person who maybe knew Luke was the guy who ran away.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
and then kind of at that, you hear from behind the doorway, the man. He's just like, "You done with the shouting yet?"
Do you hear us shouting?
I think we are.
I did.
Right. So if you don't hear it anymore, then
Oh,
you
it
can
stopped
assume
like
it's
4
done.
times though. So
I looked at Taylor and
I'm done. He goes,
we're good.
and then, so you say that towards the door,
Hmm.
and then he goes, "Are we done with the farce?" And the woman looks over and goes, "Well, I guess so.
Ah, she's Luke.
My name's Tara.
Ah,
Tara Luke."
Tara Luke.
Hey.
And then door blossom. Why? Looks back over. Why do you feel the need to blow down the door? She goes, "I can fix it. Also, it's funny." Does it, and you see him put his hand to it, and the small splinters he had kind of created kind of mend. And she sighs and goes, "That's my husband.
Oh.
Please, just come into my office. We apparently have a lot to talk about besides your goblin problem."
Yeah.
Well, now that's all on the table. I guess so.
Kind of looks over at Taylor and goes,
Don't put the goblins on the table.
"No." Looks at
She put Taylor on the table.
But she looks over at Taylor and goes, "By the way, if you didn't say anything, I'd just assume you're a woman. Just gonna say that." I was like, "I really don't know what you mean right now, and I don't care." And I was like, and she just looks at him and goes, "All right." She goes, "All right, come on." And he stands back, and as he walks back, you see her like smack him. And they go in, and there's this like oaken, 2 mismatched wood desk. And she kind of comes in, puts her papers down on it that she'd been reading, and he just leans against it kind of heavily. And then there's one chair. Everyone else is just kind of standing, unless one wants to claim it.
The most hurt guy.
So you limp over to it because it's just still sort of a short rest. Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then the doors close. Then on this side, you see the splinters are still kind of bad. And she looks at him and goes, "I'll get to it." Then get to it. He walks past you all, goes back there, and starts kind of casting something. And she goes, "So I admit, your group has been very open with strangers around, which I don't know how great that is, honestly, in the Rata, but alright. You've been attacked in the streets," points to Faust, apparently. "I was going to start this meeting a certain way, but I guess that's out the window. What issue would you like to resolve first? The goblins, the attack, gender issues,
The gender
family
issues can wait.
dynamic of you all,
We can keep everything that isn't.
whatever this day I am is."
That doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
See, the way you talked about it, I really doubt that. So I've heard that name before. I ain't happy to be hearing it again.
Well, do you want to know about it, or? You just
Is that where
expect
we're
us
going to
to
start? Is that where we're
Where do you want to start?
And
You're running the meeting.
paper. These are all about you
Just me?
as a group.
Oh.
I don't know. Some of this isn't exactly right. Some of it I'm not sure I believe. Did one of you single-handedly wipe out the Lechian royalty?
Yeah.
Which one?
That one. I point to fast.
Great, an elf. That's not going to create issues. What's your name?
Oh, so now we got race issues too. Okay. Let's put that on the list.
Paper. Because no, now that one matters. Great. Your name? Faust Solonum. You're that Faust.
Yeah, he's that fast.
Why did you restart the war? Because he was dying. Points to you.
Hi.
So I was too.
Well, I was dead.
He looks to you and goes, well, you look very nice for being dead.
Was that Taylor or Luke?
Luke.
Okay.
She goes,
Make that twice dead.
I've died like a bunch of times. It's not. We don't have to count them.
paper. At this point, the man is chuckling. He's leaning against the doors behind you. He's seeing something back there. So the six of you are kind of flanked by both of them on the opposite side. Neither of them are being aggressive at the moment. But she was like, okay. Let's start chronologically.
Oh dear. Chronologically in
Well,
Lechia or
when
back
I
in
was
the
5, I
I was born in the Glitten.
No. Chronologically from... Let's go from Lechia.
Okay.
We have a spy who told us...
About Portstown?
Okay, so that's you as well, then. Gotcha. Are you also... Please tell me you're not also the one that stole from the Glass Mob.
Yeah, that's us too.
Taylor also goes, shh.
shut up.
Okay.
They're not gonna get in here.
Quick question. Would it be easier to go through the major events, the ones that you guys are not responsible for?
Probably.
Sure.
Alright, let's just... I'm going to
Although
start
we're probably
listing them off
responsible for all
and
of
just say no. Burning of Portstown.
Yes.
I don't need yeses.
Oh,
just
okay.
give me no's. The burning of Portstown. The theft of 100,000 gold pieces from the Glass Mob. The burning down of two different... a temple and two homes in Lyra. The killing of the Crown Prince. In northern Lechia.
Oh, that was not us.
Finally!
Okay.
We just killed the king.
The breaking out of goblins. I'm pretty sure I know that one from what's in the other page.
That was not us. I'm just kidding. It was us.
The man chuckles again at that.
Hey.
The destruction of an entire family called the Cantilevers. Okay. The killing of the king, queen, and half of the nobility of Lechia. The attempted assassination of the last remaining princess.
No.
No.
Okay, I think that's Lechia. She takes this paper and she just balls it up and goes.
Was that the first paper we're supposed to talk about?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
next.
Mm-hmm.
Since we're on the topic, turns to Faust. You announced yourself as the ex-war criminal of Shaban Shao and just killed the royal family of Lechia, despite the current treaty.
Dang.
I'm technically not tied to Shaban Shao. That does not matter, and you know it. Lechia was currently in debates with both Shaban Shao and the Baronon, and both of their ambassadors in the capital were killed. He goes, yeah,
Yep.
I knew the elf. Don't care. And then in Portstown, they had to flee from a burning town. Apparently, the dwarf thought it was funny, from what my spy indicates, but the elf not as happy.
I like that dwarf. It was funny.
At some point during this, I will no longer be surprised, and maybe one of you is dead. And at that, you do hear kind of a clink from behind you. You realize that wasn't quite as much of a joke as some of the other stuff she says.
Still laughing.
You're an idiot.
And she goes,
I think I peed in the elf's
Okay.
wine.
so any of you set foot in Lechia in the last year or so? I'm sorry, Shaban Shao. Got confused.
Nah, we kind of didn't go there because of him.
So no. I was like,
do we take
well,
a
no, we had a small port stop in
Port
northern
stop,
Shaban Shao.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we were only there for like
3 days.
3 days. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even think we got off the boat.
Were you responsible for the attempted assassination
Mm-mm.
of the nobility? Okay.
Mm-mm.
Were you? All right.
Wait, Faust?
No.
No. He was with us the entire time.
Hey, he can be with us and not be with us at the same time. It's kind of weird.
Have you guys been to the Baranon?
No.
No, I wanted to go there.
So you're not responsible for the attempted assassination of Jack Orpho.
Jeez.
Never heard
how
the
many
name in
people
my
are
life.
getting killed these days?
More than is usual, which is why I'm asking.
That is true.
Yeah, no, it's fair. But no.
You apparently are the only ones who've been successful,
Yeah. That is a
and
plus.
have now walked into my country, or at least my section of this country.
wouldn't
I mean,
say
we
it's a
didn't just
plus.
walk in. We
You
got
just
let in after
saying-
we killed the things that they told us to kill.
That's how you walk into Rata.
Right.
It's true.
Still did something before we went.
Behind the camera person is.
Well, Kevin's playing with the dog.
Oh. Kevin's listening in his tin can.
It's just echoing inside.
Right.
He snuck
Um,
Dublin in.
Yes, okay. How about the ones who've been silent? Points to Tyler. Have you, Lechia? To the first time I've stepped out foot of it. Okay. Mr. Metal. Baranon?
No.
Shaban Shao.
No.
He's been with us everywhere.
Well, I guess I've been to Shaman Shell.
Right.
So nothing else?
Being
No.
quiet.
I'm gonna have to have you roll for that one. Because you were before you went
Oh.
to the Strand.
Wait, what?
Before you went to the Strand, you were in Shaban Shao. I told you about that.
Within a year?
Mhm.
Okay.
You only was in the Strand for like 3 weeks.
Okay.
So.
Then, I mean, I guess I would know. I wouldn't be trying to lie about
Okay,
that.
so you weren't good because
Yeah.
you weren't gonna be.
I just didn't know. I didn't know how long I was actually like
And so you say,
in the
were
shred.
you responsible for the attempted assassination?
You're being way too quiet over here.
Was I? It's my question.
You don't remember the people's names.
I know, yeah.
So you don't know.
I don't know.
I'm out of space on my desk, otherwise that might be a new paper. I'm just gonna ignore it because it was an attempt, and we're gonna go on.
You're in Shell and Shell without
Are
us?
you a human?
Close enough.
Within a year.
What does that mean?
So I'm asking if he was in there without us.
Are you, with Faust, attempting to reignite a war between Lechia and Shaban Shao?
Absolutely
I guess we
not.
all
Shell and
are
Shell?
passively doing that.
We're not doing it on
That's-
purpose.
You don't passively start a war.
No.
I didn't
we're
know about
not-
the war. I was
We're-
doing all this stuff that Faust is doing. I'm just
We're
going along.
not trying to start a war.
I'm not.
I-
But
you get-
passively,
you get
we're
an absolutely
traveling
not
with
from me,
Faust, who's
just 'cause
trying to
they're
start
gonna
the war.
talking,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
So we're accomplices.
What's passive
and
about
Faust
it?
also was like,
You either
I
do
don't
or
know.
you don't.
I don't know that I'm trying to start this
We're not
war,
trying
but
to start a war.
his actions are indicative of starting a
Yay,
war,
yay, yay, yay.
all right.
and we aren't
Wait.
making those same actions.
There's one more thing I want to check about Lechia. Because I need to ask you. He points to us. There is notice that you've also kidnapped 2 of the nobility, of the Ventalises. Yeah, you raise your hand. Anna goes, and she looks. The red hair. You're a Ventalis. She goes, I'm not really connected. Oh my. She just kind of stops. I need to file a report and
Oh,
picks up
no
another
reports,
random paper
come on.
and just no after you leave because I need to keep track of the Lechia incident now because normally they don't touch us, but you apparently walked into the Rata with the assassin and the nobility who at the time right now there's 2 theories going on, that they've been killed or that they're conspiring, and she points to Faustin on in the room.
Neither?
The Rata's not exactly known for keeping secrets. We're still
Smack.
sore than
Neither am I.
mercenaries. Like, money flows, things are said.
Right.
So congratulations. The Vitalis family probably just got blacklisted. I really am not. And she goes, you really don't get politics then, hun. Kind of quiets on it down for a second. He goes, okay, moving on. Next, goblins. You walked in with, I believe, the count of almost 100. I forget the exact number. Of goblins.
Mm-hmm.
What is your plan? Because I'm not allowing 100 goblins to march into any of my towns.
We want to bring them down to the blade with us.
See, those are two mutually exclusive moments here. Because I'm not letting them march through any of my towns.
So.
Can we put
not-
them on a boat if we buy the boat? Or rent the boat?
I was thinking there could be possibly be another way to do this, which is
Teleport them.
I'm not teleporting your goblins.
No.
That's too much resources.
No. Instead of doing it all at once, because you don't want to march them,
So,
smaller groups.
let me reiterate your idea. Do you know how long it takes to walk from the northern end of Rata, where the sand guard are, to the front?
Long time.
It's about 6 days. If you're going at a slower pace. If you're rushing, you can cut it down by a day.
Hmm.
Now, do you know what it takes to go into the blade? Because do you think we just allow every person who walks into the Rata to then just walk out and pretend to try to claim land in the blade? You realize
Sure.
how much issue that would cause?
Yeah, I can see where that would cause issues.
And so you want to spend a week forward and back transporting goblins to then get to the same place there where they was put in a camp.
Right. So
Yeah.
maybe just the ship.
So you want to just buy a boat.
Yeah.
Do you have the money to buy? Correction. Do you have non-fraudulent fake money? Because I'm not taking that IOU from the glass mob that has been all canceled.
Right.
We burned the rest of them.
Yeah, we don't have any more of those.
Nope.
We have real money.
We'll put that on the docket, I guess. Moving on.
Yeah, we'll just stop
Looks to
it.
Taylor. We have people if you got money. Do you want to be a man again, apparently? I don't want to have this conversation right now. You just had it? I want an answer. I don't have one right now. So that's a no. Congratulations. You're stuck with that unless you get Elf Boy to help you. I was like, why do humans feel the need to make that kind of comment? She goes, I guess we'll go to the race issues next then.
Nice segue. Or
Why?
That-
Because elves and humans have not been getting along recently.
I wonder why.
Lechia's independence has been a roughshod wars and saber rattling, while Shaman Shell sits there wanting its old country back. Not to mention that Lechia's silent genocide of the elvish population has not gone unnoticed.
huh?
And Taylor and Anna go, what? Go, by certain people. Just kind of puts a hand up at them. Not to mention, thank you, by the way, for ending the whole beholder issue.
Oh, no problem. You're welcome.
Because that was something we had known about, and we're just waiting to see how that played out. Because
Yeah.
we're Rata. We don't mess with people, we just watch people.
That's how I
I feel
died
very
one time.
uncomfortable.
Yeah. Whatever. What?
Oh, I just said that's how I died one time.
The beholder.
One of the times.
Okay, yeah.
Disintegration. Not a good thing.
You just don't have the luck.
She kind of looks
I
at
don't
her.
know luck either.
And you see the look of just disbelief. Like, okay, whatever.
Oh no, I disintegrated.
I got
I
Most
did.
people don't come back from disintegration.
Oh, I know that. Krellick doesn't care.
I
He was
know.
brought back from it.
No,
So.
I know. But it's just so.
It was just another Tuesday for him.
Right. But she goes, okay. But no, you have. She comes up single-handedly. There were 3 people that were banned, exiled from Lechia and Shavan Shell. One of them was here. He who's died. He died in the Baranon. It was not sad when he left, because it was one thing I didn't have to worry about anymore.
Right.
And you see Faust kind of get a little dark there.
Hmm.
He goes, then there's you. Who?
Wait, what about the other one?
We're getting there.
What?
Hold your horses.
Oh.
Okay, how about this? The other two.
Right.
Which is the one standing in front of me and Annabelle Wabom, as she picks up.
Mm-hmm.
Who both of you just disappeared.
She did a better job.
Disappeared somewhere in the eaves, and you
Shut up.
walked into the Underdark of the Strand, according to last reports. Where you were there for 87 years. And that kind of like... You know, I almost want to congratulate you for that, because...
Though. Wow.
But
I knew you were there.
still, that's... Most people don't come back from that. And wherever she went, most people don't come back from that. You don't just walk into the eaves and walk out, usually. Whatever's in there doesn't usually like leaving their guests out. Letting their guests out. Whatever.
Quick
Do I know
question.
what the eaves are?
The eaves are in.
Roll a history.
It's just north of Glenton, where I was from, right?
Roll a history about how much you know
19.
about
Oh
it.
yeah. 17.
Alright, you both know, it's this really heavily wooded area north of Glitton, southwest of the Strand. You both
Oh yeah, I know about
relatively
the
near
eaves, but
it.
yeah.
There are no ports. You know, there's a couple major cities dotting the edges of it that border the Glitton and technically Shavan Shell, and the area that kind of is unowned by countries,
Mhm.
because Shavan Shell ends currently at the mountain pass, but their land technically claims past that, but they don't
Mhm.
police it. And the eaves themselves, there are stories of shape-shifting spiders, orcs, druids, mad druids, happy druids, druids that'll eat you. There's stories of people going in and coming out insane. There is supposedly some place far to the north where somebody has carved out a place of the eaves where the druids aren't touching, but it is a rumor. And the eaves themselves are a place where you know that a lot of people have made a lot of money and a lot of people have died.
Yeah. Huh.
So she's either dead or thriving.
Probably thriving.
Jasper came to the Rata.
Yeah.
He went into the Underdark, and she went into the eaves.
Wait.
They all should have been dead within 100 years.
Faust was in the Underdark?
Keep up.
Didn't hear that part.
I know about the Underdark.
Right,
That's
yeah.
where he said he was there for 87 years. He
Yeah.
was in the
Oh, I thought you
Underdark.
said the Strand.
She says you went into the
Underdark
Underdark
in the Strand.
In the Strand. Okay, my bad, my
And
bad.
that's a 14.
If you want to roll for
History?
3, yeah.
That's a 22.
I mean, you've heard of it. The Underdark is not a foreign thing to the Strand. You know that there are a few entrances. You know that starting about 100 years ago, there was less issue, and then in your lifetime, before you were born, somebody, you don't remember who, some hero, not an alpha human, wiped out a bunch of them and actually closed the holes with only a few remaining. And those ones are far and few between and not hardly ever used. So it's actually kind of gone down. You know it very well. It is the biggest issue in the Glitton. You know that it spans somewhere between the Glitton and the Strand. It goes all the way to the Blade, because you hear about, that's a common thing to hear in the Blade about Drow, and apparently the dwarves have a big issue with them, so you know it spreads near the entire crust of the known world.
23.
You know basically what I just explained to him, except you didn't experience it firsthand.
Do we
You
know
just-
who closed it off or no? Who closed off most of the things or no?
And she goes, you ask?
Oh,
No, you wouldn't know. It's,
Right,
it's
that's
one of
what
those.
it
It's a Strand folk story
gotcha.
that you've heard, but there was never a name associated to it. It was just the magical man,
Mm-hmm.
like literally
The Magic Man.
the magic man. Like it was a
You got
stupid
magic
kid story
hands.
that you've heard. I think I've actually referenced to you that you've heard of this folk story.
Interesting.
I thought I did at some point.
Maybe.
But it's just some old kid story that, like, who cares? You grew out of it when you went to the fight pits kind of thing. Apparently it's might be true.
There's usually a nugget of truth in stories.
But she goes, All 3 of them should have been dead within 100 years. Jasper did his duty. Apparently you haven't. Whether she takes after you or him is who knows. Oh, is who knows who. I don't know. I'm getting flustered because of all this nonsense. And we're off topic.
Very much nonsense.
3 people were kicked out, and only 3 people could truly reignite the war.
Right.
You went into the throne room and announced yourself before you killed them. Did you really think there would be no repercussions? He's like, it wasn't a moment of cohesive thought. That is the understatement of the century.
Just a century?
Well, a century ago, he was also killing generals in that war. So... Okay, so yes, race is an issue. I don't know who you are under that armor. If you're human, and he's enough, and you've done this, and you are a part of that other assassination, if anyone spots that, you two are currently igniting war, and the rest of you, four, are currently walking around with potentially 2, don't know, of the most wanton men in the world currently, outside of the Baronon, who would probably throw if you were a part of a party.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, the Baronon and Jean-Michel still don't quite get along.
Goblin's saying,
Lechia-
don't talk to Kevin that way.
Lechia was supposed to be the middle ground for them. Congratulations, you've thrown that off the table.
Oh, for the Baronon? Okay.
Lechia was supposed to be the middle ground between the 2 countries, and that's now gone.
Right. I mean, it's still technically middle ground, but not
There's a
neutral
difference
middle ground.
between a war zone and a middle ground.
Right.
You made one of it. And I do not want to see dwarves marching across my desert again.
Oh, you own the desert. Okay.
I own a piece of it, but I don't like them out there, just like I didn't like the purple worms out there. Set just did me a favor. Thank you, by the way.
You're welcome.
What about those bandits out there?
Bandits?
Paper. Do you want to add it?
We don't have to. I was just wondering if you knew about them.
Yes, I know about them. I know about almost everything in the desert, just like I know almost about everything in the Baronon and Lechia. I know a little bit about Shaw and Shell, but it's harder to get news across that.
Hey,
Spies tend to die at sea more often than you'd think. I don't even want to ask anymore.
Nope.
I am quite done. We're going to go through. Gender issue, apparently problem is done. Race issue, you've caused one. Congratulations. Go fix it or don't. Do not try to use Rata as asylum. We will kick you out of here. Or we just will simply not protect you when they attempt to march in. Don't use it. We want to go to the blade. Back to that issue. We'll get to that in a second. Going back like 7 minutes ago, the Goblins.
Yeah.
If you can buy a ship, let's buy a ship and do it.
How much?
10,000 gold if you want one that can house them all for the entire time you're in the Rata. Because if you want passage into the Blade, you're going to have to do some stuff.
Okay.
Just okay?
Okay.
I thought this looked like a moment. She kind of looks at Leo.
I say in my head, you can tell me something if you really want to.
She kind of looks at her husband, and her husband's like, yeah, we have the ship. Well, yeah. She's like, okay, sure.
Is it just the ship, or is it the ship and the crew?
You have 100 goblins.
Or
Train them.
Huh?
Anybody know how to do on a ship?
I don't know, slowly raising her hand.
Oh yeah, we do have.
He goes, may I speak again?
we kind of contributed last time anyway. We'll be fine.
Right. Whatever.
Figure it out.
Sure. I'll have you deal that with that.
Last time we were on a boat, we also ran into a storm.
That's your fault.
You
We don't know
I
that.
don't know that.
Faust, however, does look at you with that comment. Just kind of looks down at him.
I don't look at him.
She goes, okay, goblins, done. You will, for that sake, gosh dang, 10,000 gold, great. We'll take payment later.
Okay.
For your knowledge, when you leave here, head back north. I'll have Set. He's overlooking the goblins at the moment because he has business in town anyway, so he's not heading back to the wall. You've met Set. He seems to like at least a couple of you, which is very rare for him. So again, congratulations. We are not responsible for any of your goblins being dead, by the way.
Okay.
He wanted me to say that to you, his exact words.
Okay.
I expect them to be roughed up at least a little bit. Especially mine.
So you'll meet with Set. He'll bring you to the ship captain. The boat's just been sitting there. Captain's had it dead in the water for a while. You might have to clean off the bottom if you really plan to use it for more than one travel. You're gonna put your goblins on it. That's where they're gonna live. If more than 3 of them are seen in a group in my town, they might not make it out. Especially because from what I've seen of what Set says of them, they won't survive well in town. They're not weak by any means. I'm not going to deny they made their way into Rata. Congrats.
They're not the smartest.
No, and that is very true, evidently, from what I've heard from what Set has described.
Not many goblins are smart.
They're better than they started.
You have not met the right kind of goblin.
That's why I said not many.
Not these goblins.
Didn't say all.
Next on the issue, goblins, done, race, sure, blah, 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 blah. Ah, yes. Where did you hear the name Dan? And also,
In my head.
in your
An
Okay.
old temple, I believe.
Yeah, that's when we met him. Yeah.
So he speaks in you in your head. She kind of looks to him again behind you. He's like, shrug. Yes. And you have conversations. You've chosen to talk with whatever this is.
I have. I'm not
Any
going to
of
speak
you
for them.
made a deal with him.
Have any of us?
And you hear Faust go immediately, no.
No.
Kind of need a group. Well, I'll let one person roll a deception with advantage.
I will do that.
I'll say no.
I will do that. Thank
Oh,
you.
Really? You want to be the one that rolls a deception?
That is a 32 with a nat 20.
There's a group no, and your answer is yes.
Still would have been pretty
Unless you don't answer.
Here's what?
When she asks you, you make a deal with Dan. Everyone, Faust says no. They still say no. Taylor and I follow suit and say no.
Yeah.
And then
And technically, mine's officially like a true. Not. It's
no,
it's
right.
a
You
partial-
say no, and yours is honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're
he gets
allowed to.
advantage because everyone basically says the same thing.
Just to find a deal though, like
There's
we're
a
not
diff-
really in a deal.
No, no,
We're kind of
you're
in a
not.
forced servitude to a
No,
degree.
you're currently not in a deal.
You're the only one not in a deal.
Yeah.
You don't know this, however. So when they say no, you don't know that either. So, however, she just kind of looks at me and goes, "All right, fine." And then she takes the paper and holds it up. He goes, "This is your shtick anyway. They haven't made a deal apparently." So he walks over, picks it up. I don't know why I took this. I don't need it. She goes, "Don't throw my papers." He goes, "Sorry." Like, and he leans against the table, and the desk moves
How do
slightly.
you know about the IM?
He's getting to that. Chill.
How did you
Still
know?
ask.
How do you know?
Huh?
How do you know him?
From a temple.
That's where what? You started hearing his voice?
Yep.
You.
We were all in the same place when it happened.
Yeah.
Goes, technically, I
Right.
heard
Yeah,
it
it's-
in the Underdark.
Yeah.
You heard something in the Underdark, and you've been listening to it? He goes, "It was 87 years alone. Give me a break."
Yeah, don't mess with your head.
It's like, fine, fair. He turns Dawn on Taylor. Damn.
Yeah, yeah.
Taylor goes, "He shot me," and then all of a sudden, Donna goes, "I had to convince them, and now I'm kind of starting to regret it."
Took you the longest.
He was like, "All right."
We were also sheltering you.
Thanks. He goes, all right.
And then he thought it was gonna be fun.
And what do you know of Daya? Do any of you immediately respond?
Nope.
He's absolutely crazy.
Sounds like the god, for lack of other terms. All right, maybe I do need that paper. And, nope. Just like organizing that. He's like, all right.
Educate us. I love a good
So,
story.
did none of you look up what it is?
No.
All of your heads, it's just like, tell him to shut up. You hear this whisper.
I don't say anything.
I'm curious.
Dusk goes, continue. Apparently he doesn't like you. And the man goes, no, I bet. I've ignored him for almost my entire life.
Mm.
Yes. He is a tempter. Is the easiest way to put it, I guess.
That's obvious.
Obviously. You've apparently had that interaction with him. But have you ever had the interaction of denying him?
I have.
Over and over again. Have any of you spent years denying it? Have you seen the face that turns?
It's only been how many months?
And when he says that, the voice in all of your heads goes, he was being such a whiny prick. Like in the back of all your heads. I don't know if any of you say that, but he's just like, continues, and he's like, you eventually learn to block him out, or eventually he gives up. I don't know which. All I know is that I've met a few who've heard of him, and I've learned that once the people take the deal, they seem to change. And usually not in a good way. Rata, as you've all known, is full of mercenaries and sellswords. It's also full of misfits from all over. More than a couple of, apparently, our kind, this weird, touched by this person thing is, have gathered here. I know of a couple here. One of them is under my protection. The other two, I don't know. Because they seem to be a bit more willing to talk. And you, I'm not so sure about. But I will tell you this now. I hear anything of it in this town, the next town, or in my territory, in the Lion's Den, I will have you all killed in your sleep.
Cool.
And that is a 27 intimidation. Yeah, it's
What would I use to counteract that?
you can roll an insight. Just basically how much does it affect you?
Yeah, I'm intimidated.
What was that number?
5.
Yeah.
10.
Yes, sir.
13.
What is it?
13.
13. I mean, what was yours?
10.
You're being over 10. The only thing you learn additionally, on top of the fact that he's being sincere, is you kind of notice that he might actually be able to do it.
I mean, he's kind of like sitting in one of the most intuitively, I kind of figured that out.
No, exactly, but no. It's you feel a power.
Okay.
All of a sudden, in his words, outside of the power that's in his words.
Interesting.
It's just something that reminds you of the arcane.
Yeah.
Third doesn't get you much, just gets you kind of this like inkling. And he goes, and here's how this goes. I honestly don't recommend you all being bunched up like you are, but I'm not really gonna like try to break you up or anything. What I do recommend, don't go seeking others. If you do, be prepared to be attacked. There are others out there who are way more invested in this little game that he plays. And apparently, after all these reports, I was a little worried you guys have been a bit too invested. Let's go. We can't really deny that one. Then, kind of, like, yeah, you guys all kind of looking confused. Like, realize what we did to that country and we could have walked through it.
I thought it was just a vengeance quest.
If we really wanted to kill them, there was a lot easier ways than how we went about it, especially in certain cities.
Right.
Remember, Lyra?
Mm-hmm.
We just talked about it. There goes, yes, we just did. We do not need to reiterate because my notes are completely filled. Move on. And he's like, and here's the thing. You keep playing that game, that's on you. Don't play it here.
Fair enough.
Don't play it, dude.
Alright. Next thing, and potentially last thing, because I don't care about the rest of the docket. Goes, you want to go to the Blade?
Yeah.
You need 3 people to approve. 2 of them are in
Her,
this room.
you, and then the third guy.
His name's Airball. You'll have people call him the captain, the general. They're feeling real formal for whatever reason. He's the one in the south who actually opens the Blade to outsiders. If you do right by all of us, you get a little note that says you're allowed to be there, and he commands you. If you do well by him, he may let you out on your own. However,
Okay.
I will tell you this. You've really set on this, go for it. We don't stop people on suicide quests.
Right.
But if you don't need to go there, don't waste your time, don't waste ours.
We're serious about it.
Yay for seriousness. Alright. Next, you want to get through the Blade or no? Okay. Tara. I was like, alright, remember those bandits?
I thought that was going to be the next one.
Cool.
They have been doing some very odd things in the mountains. They were
The Dwarves
trading
Mountains?
in the yes, in those mountains. The mountains north of the desert, the one that makes it almost impassable to go from Lecce to the Baranon.
Okay.
Merchants have been attempting to go from Lecce to the Baranon as a kind of a thing of good faith. They haven't been making it even partly into the desert. The bandits have become more organized, they've become more powerful. Our spies said they had a slight tie to the Cantilever group, mostly just in trade. The issue is, with the Beholder thing, can't really trust that there isn't something behind them as well. The worst part is, any spy sent to potentially try to join them, they see through more quickly than I'd like to believe possible. However, when 3 are dead and 1 comes back hurt and crazed and is yet to get out of bed for 3 months, I'm starting to think that there might be some worrisome things up there.
Yeah.
If you want my recommendation, you take care of that. You seem to do fine against the Purple Worm, but so did they. So, seems even. The husband goes, for mine, speaking of, I have yet to introduce myself. My name is Leo.
Huh, makes sense.
Rata is not the most creative of people. I have been having an issue of assassins. The Rata is a place for sellswords and mercenaries. We understand it. We're fine with it. You want to have assassins? Be assassins. We don't care. But when these assassinations are popping up way too frequently in countries that we do not want to ignite a war between, because it only negatively affects us. I had our spy master check it, and there's 3 assassins. One of them killed, about 20 years ago, your old buddy. It's like, oh crap, because I know this is going. His son, and a third, who seem to be in a competition. Whether or not they know they're in a competition, they are. Their contracts have been getting more and more, and I'm fearing the outside influence on my assassins has become quite negative towards the Rata. More so, I worry that the assassins are going to start competing on our soil.
Ooh.
Are they
go-
from your territory?
Yes. They both are, which is rare.
Hmm.
Most assassins don't spend that time close to each other because one of them tends to win.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned you were attacked on the street while walking with somebody. You would have happened to have met your old war buddy's son. Yep, that's where I thought this was going. And he goes, I didn't see who attacked us. Nor was I able to know where they came from, because it says this in the room. Which, for some of you, does mark a, oh, well, that's potentially not good.
That is really not good.
Right.
You couldn't see them?
No. And so he goes, and from what I understand, from my network, their little duel is about to come real personal, real fast. On our soil, we only have one rule for assassins on our soil. You don't assassinate here under contract. Not unless you have permission from our spy master.
I'm guessing nobody's come.
No, with all the assassinations elsewhere, it's the nix on all current assassination contracts. And yet, they keep happening. I'm worried about the malicious intent given how many princes, kings, and nobles are currently being assassinated. And the dog is upset as well.
I have to use the bathroom.
Well, that's alright. It's gonna keep going, just so you know.
That's fine.
Okay.
They got to go wide.
And he goes, but so, for mine, I want you to either find out who these malicious contractors are. Their contracts coming from the Baronon and Leccia. Or simply kill the assassins. You have my permission. And he waves like a weird like ribbon X symbol.
Mm-hmm.
And goes, and if you want mine, you do that. And you also come down to the Lion's Den and you meet with me. And we might have something else. Depends on how much these assassins truly give you trouble, or if my network gets finished with it first. You are on time limits.
That'll be fun.
Congrats. He looks over to his wife and he goes, on the topic of time limits, we understand that you've just entered the Rata and are currently, looks to you, hurting a bit. Neither of these are of immediate concern for us. The assassins are one, but we already have people working on that.
Okay.
We will be able to hold your goblins for 2 days. Tonight, day, night, and on that last day, they need to be on their ship. When they're on their ship, you have 2 months. Otherwise, we sink it into the harbor with them on board.
Alright.
Because at that point, they are nothing but a hindrance to us. The more your time extends, the more you get done. Simple as that.
Of course.
Terrace. We probably won't sink them with them on board. He just likes to be dramatic. I'm trying to threaten people here.
I mean, it might be funny to sink it.
She's just like, no, we have a makeshift coral to prevent ships. We don't have it in the harbor. He goes, yes, okay, I know, I'm being dramatic. Let me be dramatic. She goes, yes, yes, yes.
We need
So.
to teach him how to swim, right?
You have the 10,000 gold on you.
I believe we do have 10,000.
I think we can make that work between all of
Okay.
us.
Don't flash it any place. Most people in the Rata only vocally carry a couple hundred, if they're smart.
Yeah.
You go flashing coin places, more than a couple hundred, potentially, you're going to end up with more swords in your back than coins in your pocket.
That'd be impressive.
That is a lot of swords.
Have you seen a single person with less than 3 blades on them in the Rata?
We're not talking about that. We're just talking about being able to fit all those.
Maybe
That's
not
a
on
lot.
you.
Yeah, square footage is not square footage.
Okay.
Square.
And then he looks to her and goes, now who's being dramatic? And look. And she's like, shut up. Take your money. Go meet Seth. You can do it anytime between now and 2 days from now. I'm going to send a message ahead of you. He'll have the captain all set. Captain's a drunkard. Don't hand him the gold. Hand it to Set. Set will deal with it. After that, you have what you're told. You can experience the Rata to your patience, pleasure, or otherwise dismiss everything in between. If you get killed here, the rest of you can go on. I don't care. I don't care if one of you enters the blade or all of you. Or none of you, in all honesty. Prove your worth. If anyone attacks from the while you're in my territory, if anyone attacks from the desert, you are called upon while you're in Rata. If you're in, and then Leo goes, if you're in my territory and you hear an alarm, you go to boats and you fight the pirates. Simple as that.
Okay.
It's kind of like jury duty. You show up a little bit later, maybe you don't get picked. But you show up too late, and you're punished. We don't punish much except for taking limbs off here. So, if you like your limbs, don't show up too late.
Yeah, I like my limbs where they are. Thank you.
Congratulations. Now, after that ridiculousness, I didn't even come here because of that stupid meeting. Maddox missed me. He turns to his wife. She goes, well, good for you. You didn't miss me, so now we have to work today. He's like, I'm going to kill him at some point. She goes, no, you won't. Alright, he's like, alright, be gone. Or whatever it is you want to do. Go have a drink. What else? And he goes, and as you're ushered out into the kind of area, right before the doors close, you hear, and fix my door. As it closes. And you do see a little bit of splinters still kind of in that area where you might not normally see them until the doors open.
He's just surface fixing.
And so you're now put into the room with like the 10-ish seating arrangements.
Yep. Oh,
House goes, you know, I think that might have been the best political interaction I've ever had. I was only threatened 3 times.
hey, they're not too bad here, huh?
Oh, you say that now. I'm not looking at actually meeting this airball. I remember who he was from before. Never met him. Don't want to.
Well, you're gonna have to. Unless you die.
Sometimes a gift, right?
Sometimes.
Looks to you. Alright. So what now? As you guys are assuming are walking out into the street.
Well,
When do we have to meet?
Wait.
before we walk out into the street, when we're passing by the surly attendant, I will turn on the charm. So, where would a good place be around here to lay our heads?
Roll a persuasion.
That is a 18, which makes it a 30.
Bards. Charisma and expertise. She kind of looks at me and goes, and she seems a little taken back, like, just because it's like such a shift in demeanor when you walked in, despite the fact that you're still.
And I am completely bloody.
You can. It wasn't quite a short rest, so. No, I'll give you the short rest. You could actually heal a little bit during the meeting if you want to.
Okay, I would have.
Yeah. So you're looking a little bit better.
Wow, that's a lot of 6s
It's
on
not bad.
D10s.
Could be worse. You gotta roll the ones.
I did roll a 1.
I said plural.
Borrowing.
You need pencils.
20. I know.
19.
19. So that's 19.
Yeah, you're doing that. She kind of looks
Yeah.
looks kind of flabbergasted at this. Well, we don't have any fancy inns or things like that, but most taverns have a couple rooms you can buy off them, or you can go to the bunkhouse. Just at the bunkhouse, make sure you sleep holding everything you own, otherwise you might not own it in the morning.
Um,
You also can sleep outside the cities. No one's gonna stop you. Again, though, just watch your ownership.
watch our possessions. Hmm.
It's the rule of the Rata.
Alright. Thank you very much.
I guess you're not so much of an idiot. You can go.
I don't know about that one.
But so then, as you walk out into the street,
Let's go get a drink.
Tavern it is then.
do we want to go take care of the goblin thing now, though?
We should
That's what I
take care of
was
the
gonna say,
goblins.
yeah, maybe we should take care of the goblins. We have to pay set, right?
Yeah.
We have a couple days, but
Yeah.
We might not want to pay them all at once.
I goes, I thought that's what she said to do.
Did she say that?
Yeah. She said don't flash the coin in front of other people. Him
Okay.
buying something off of him, so.
Fine, sure.
Yeah, whatever.
More borrowing.
So, I
Lease
guess we're all going
rental.
back up to the goblins then.
And
Yeah.
I'm talking this time.
To who?
I have some stuff I need to think about, and he kind of just falls silent, and Taylor just goes. Just kind of gestures from behind him, like,
No one said anything while you were thinking and walking in the back of the group for the entire time.
you did!
I came up and talked to you.
Do we want to talk about this in the middle of the Rata?
Does it matter?
Let's get some rooms. First.
Oh, like, that'll be more private here.
It'll at least be a little more private.
Taylor goes, I feel like you're very hopeful.
I said a little.
But do you just kind of all walk up north? It's about an hour and a half
Yeah.
to where you know the goblins were kind of situated. As you go up, you do see this makeshift tent area that you obviously know were not built by your goblins because they're built correctly. And as you approach, you do see Sandguard in their normal cloaks, kind of watching. Some of them are just sitting and waiting, but you do see Set because he doesn't have a cloak, so he's like the most vibrant thing out here with his tinge of red skin. And he's talking to a small Sandguard, someone who's small in height, gnome, halfling, something, and
Hard to tell.
they're just having a conversation. You can't hear it yet,
Right.
but he's
They're in eyesight.
talking. They are not really talking. You see a lot of Set's mouth moving,
Mm-hmm.
and occasionally he'll shut up for about 5 seconds, and then he goes back.
Continue walking up until we're in conversation range.
And when you're in conversation range, you start hearing, I don't know about the ram of whatever you said. I just need you to help me settle them. I'm not helping settle some slave goblins. Not happening.
They are not our slaves.
You say that?
Yeah.
And then you get it and you turn and Set goes, that's what I've been saying. And the small turn the hood. Under the hood you see the goblin. And the goblin goes, whether or not you pay them or whatever it is that makes them not your slaves, they have lost everything that makes them anything other than slaves.
That's fair.
Yeah, they were basically slaves.
Yeah, they were slaves.
I would argue almost still now, given that they are building idols and digging holes because that's what they're supposed to do.
Have the idols of the metal one gone black now?
They don't have the pieces for that.
Oh.
So it's, let me put it this way. They dyed it the best way they could dye metal.
Wow.
Oh, does it smell?
But going back to the conversation at hand, he goes, and as much as I hate the feral goblins in the Blade, these aren't much better. Looks the set. And just because I'm a goblin does not mean that I am responsible. You're the one who was just spying in that country. You're the only one who knows. I was spying, and I saw them get free, and then my cover was blown. And looks to all of you.
Oh.
Wait, I don't know that.
You were in the room when Faust told you when you heard about the goblin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ah.
It was you.
So he looks to us or he looks to Faust?
Looks to all of you, and then meets Faust and go, you know, you followed me for a long time. You got away. Still don't like being chased for that long. Be better. Oh, did you catch me, did ya?
He goes, I'm trying.
This is fun.
And then Faust just kind of is silent and goes,
Man. Oh.
interject.
What?
Interject?
I was gonna more side conversation with
Set?
Set.
So, I mean, their conversation kind of ends at that.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah. And then, yeah, so Seth goes, so, you figure out what to do with them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a plan. We're going to rent out the
We're
ship.
buying.
Buy, I guess. Yes.
Yes.
Gotcha, that's what that message meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And you got the gold?
They're quick. Hmm. And we were told to give it to you.
Yeah.
So.
You got a bag big enough for it? I'm not gonna lie, I don't exactly have many pockets. And then you hear from Cass, the goblin. Set, stop trying to steal a bag of holding. What? I like them. You have 12. You know, I could have had 13.
You might not want that number.
Why?
Pretty unlucky.
Why is it any more unlucky than 12? Cass goes, it's a human superstition, don't worry about it. He goes, oh, okay. Humans are weird.
Agreed.
Yeah.
It's never hurt me before. Or has it?
Yeah, that I think about half the party looks at you at that one. He goes, alright.
There weren't enough to be 13.
He's like,
You could only be surrounded by 8.
alright. Fine. He pulls out and he has a bag of holding that was just kind of tucked in his belt. He's like, fucking like waves it out and like stretches it and goes, they fold up real nice. He opens it and goes,
Take a while.
and he goes, just drops it.
Oh, we're supposed to just start shoveling it in the middle of the street?
You're not in the middle of the street, you're outside of town
Oh,
over
yeah, we
near
are.
the sand guard.
Alright.
There's no one actually around besides
It's
them.
gonna be a
and
little bit
somebody-
more than 1,600 apiece for each of us.
I mean, how much was it?
It's 10,000.
10,000 for a
There's
boat.
6 of us. It's about a little bit over 1,600.
It's,
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
16, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6 repeating.
I mean,
So really it's 1666 for one person. It's 16.
I'm not doing much with mine. Let me take it.
You just want to take the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this little debate happens, and he goes, "I'll just take the whole thing." So it's like, "Oh, you guys are gonna die so quick."
I'm not saying anything about it.
And just for the sake of expediency, you can kind of go into the bag of holding and go
Chunk.
10,000,
think,
right.
think
Chunk.
like 100 gold, and like you can kind of like pour it because that's what you're trying to pull. And since it, they're going 1, 2,
We should have a couple pieces
3,
of platinum.
4, 5.
I don't have any platinum.
50.
And then we grab some.
I keep
Faust only got a couple platinums.
I keep it.
From Fargalix's vault, which I also sent you in those emails.
Yeah.
You guys got platinum pieces as well.
Yeah.
Oh, from that, yeah.
Yeah, you might want to just use those.
However you do it, 10,000
doesn't
of
matter.
your
Just give him 10
money,
platinum. We probably have it.
It doesn't matter
10
either way.
platinum's 1,000.
Dude.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's only 100 gold.
It's 100
okay.
platinum.
Yeah, it's 100 platinum.
It'd be 100 platinum
Yeah.
for 10,000.
No.
No?
Thousand.
Isn't it 10?
It's 10 to
Yeah.
a platinum.
So it's 1,000 platinum to get
Yeah.
10,000.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
It's tons.
Yeah, that is
Um,
true.
Either way, he's getting a lot of money.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter
And
what
he's
it
just
is.
gonna watch it, and then at one point he's
Give it
just
to him in
going,
copper if we really wanted to.
Yeah, it just keeps going. He's just going. Cass, can you count that fast? She's just like, Set, I do not know why you have a position of authority over me. It's like, because I'm stronger than you. What? It's not that hard to figure out. She goes, that is.
You know, I think she's stronger in mind than you, though.
Well, she's short.
And?
So who cares? Looks to you when he says that, by the way.
I don't care.
So this goes on for a while.
Yeah, this goes on for a while. He's just kind of sitting there watching it kind of pour. And then goes, alright. He goes, cool. Picks up his bag and goes, I'll go make sure arrangements are made. Give me like an hour. And then on top of Cass's head and goes, ow. Goes, you're in charge of them now. You're gonna help corral them onto the ship, and then you're gonna be their babysitter. Why? Because you think you're stronger of mind than me.
That's not what I meant.
Well,
Look what you've done.
and she's just like, I really hate you all.
I apologize.
He's the one that said it.
I did not mean for him to take it that way. Apparently,
That's what kind of happens when you say that to somebody like him.
And then before Set walks away, he kind of pulls you aside. And he's like, also, half orc to half orc.
Yeah.
Do I really come off that stupid?
No.
I should try harder then, because I'm really not that kind of want to be. And then he walks away. And Luke walks away like, da-da-da-da. And leaves
Have
you
a good one, Seth.
Yeah, leaves you standing there for a moment. And,
I come back.
Not sure if the mic heard caught that one,
No.
but whatever. So, yeah, you come back, and Cass just kind of looking up at you all, and is just like, I guess we better get acquainted. I'm Cass. I'm a goblin. I'm probably smarter than some of you.
Definitely
you want to talk?
it. Yeah, I am.
You have your weird banter, whatever. I will not be babysitting your goblins.
Wait, you talk.
If you have not taught them how to fish
The way you
off the
think.
side of a boat,
Also sucks.
they will go hungry.
Hmm.
And seeing how they eat just about everything, I'm sure they'll eat themselves.
Mm.
So what I recommend, someone teach them to fish. I'm not gonna.
Oh, great.
Anyways,
Fishing. Okay.
Have an idea how to get them to cook their food?
they don't cook.
We tried.
We've been trying.
Even the feral goblins cook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ugh.
they
I would try it a little bit.
let
Some
you
of them
let you do a
kind of
number on
understand
them.
Humans. Alright. No.
No
And I will not be
sentiments
teaching them anything.
You don't have to.
I will be there to shoot any of them if they come off the boat. Unless they have permission. From me, which I'm gonna let you know now.
They're not getting it.
Really ain't gonna happen much.
They'll be content.
That is a sad
I don't think so.
Whatever. Have any of them ever been on a boat before?
No.
Oh, we fun. He turns to one of the other sailors, like lying down, like kind of giggling. Oh, Set left me in charge. So guess what? Go get me like a dozen buckets. He gets up and he like walks away. He goes, you know, I could get used to that actually. I spent so much time outside of the Rata. It's nice to be back. Anyway, who are you all? Besides the people who burned down half the country I was spying on, killed the royalty, blew my cover, and has made it so that my job ain't so much harder. And yes, I do know who you are, looks to Faust. Your name's kind of everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
The rest of you,
I'm Carradine. Nice to meet you. Sorry for
Neat.
giving you.
I'm Krellick. Hi.
aren't you hot?
Very. Kevin.
Okay.
Very Kevin.
Okay, very Kevin. You too. And then Taylor. Anna. If I'm not mistaken, it was you and you that did the whole, like, royal, like, nobility thing. Please tell me that was a lie.
For one of them.
Half?
Great. Why do you all feel the need to make my job harder? And turns around and goes, your goblins over there. If you want to tell them how this is going, you might want to. Otherwise, I'm just going to poke them with sticks until they move.
Probably a good idea to talk to him.
Yeah.
And to see how many got beat.
So, at this point, you're like, yeah, I'm not going any further in. I'm not letting them think I'm a part of their thing.
Fair.
Good idea.
And so we all kind of walk in.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that the goblins take up a lot of time, I have all sent you your information on. Honestly, the purple ones did do a number on a lot of the groups. And there are some that you've come to know that are gone. And as you approach, though, Doblin, who did survive, comes up immediately and goes, Little one!
Oh gosh.
Oh, sorry.
We haven't had to deal with him in a long time.
Welcome back! We have restructured and evened the tribes because,
He knows that word.
in all truth, a couple of them started to get bigger than others. And the red ones got kind of fisty about it. But the provider and the sewer lord won.
Not
So
surprised.
that kind of happened. I don't know. I don't know where the idea came from, but yay for even tribes.
That's good.
Yeah. Everything in service of the metal one. He goes, so is where we live? In this very hot place?
No, we're going to an even hotter place.
I don't understand, sewer lord. There's hotter? Why?
Because it's some of the few lands that are still free.
Yes.
Well, there is no.
There's no libraries.
You see this like really happy expression.
Oh wow.
Our prisons are gone!
Yeah. Exactly.
And he runs back, and you hear, the libraries are gone! The libraries are gone!
Oh my
And then
gosh.
the goblins start this chant of like, no more books!
And Cass is probably thrilled at this.
Oh
Yeah, you look behind you. She's just balled up and is just rubbing her temples. She's
Wow.
like, what? But yeah, so the news travels fast about the apparent freedom, which is a
Okay.
word they're not too familiar with in concept.
Right.
And so yeah,
You should tell him about the ship, or we should tell him about the ship.
Yeah. Well.
and
we'll
after a
get there.
couple, half an hour-ish, Doblin finally comes back, exhausted, sweating. Whew. It's hot, but it's worth it. Oh. He goes, but where shall we go? Are we living in this camp?
No.
No, we're going to a ship.
What's a ship?
You'll figure that out.
I
It's
like learning.
It's a floating camp.
Floating? Like in the sewer, where things float?
I mean, kind of. We gotta work on their level here. They understand. It floats on water.
So like a sewer.
Yeah, you're
Have you heard of an ocean?
No.
Lake?
Leak?
Lake.
Is that different than a leak?
Yes.
Much different.
Oh. Then no.
we'll just show them.
Yeah.
I say, we're wasting time. They're gonna die of heat stroke before we even get there.
Heat can kill?
Yes.
He suddenly
Yes.
looks very frightened.
I cast a firebolt on the ground, like, to my side.
Oh.
Spend spell slot.
No, cantrip.
Cantrips.
Okay, whoa.
Firebolt, not fireball.
No.
Yeah, that would be a gigantic waste.
Fire can
Wow.
kill.
Just kill all the goblins around me. Yeah.
Interesting choice.
Tribe of the Metal One, put out the fires! And you see him kind of run.
Oh
Heat bad!
Why are you at fires in the desert right now?
Because that's what you taught them.
It's true.
You taught them
Fires.
green.
In
That's
the
part of
middle
the
of the
camp
day.
is fire.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh! Why do
God.
I feel like we should have been told this though? But whatever.
Who?
We got.
Who cared
What
enough
matters
to
is
tell you?
we got. Well, we should have been able to see that they
Well,
have like
we would-
bonfires
We
lit.
would always camp at night. Which is not nearly as...
What matters is
Hot.
we got there. We figured
Yes.
out what they have fires lit.
So you see goblins start kind of
Like
freaking
yes,
out in the
put
distance.
those out.
And
Yeah.
it's like,
No wonder he's like winded.
oh my goodness. This is what we chose to do. And this is a we. We all. This.
Yep.
Why?
Why not? They were in bondage. We needed to let them out.
We
I'm
have
so glad that you're so magnanimous.
we have plans to give them their own
Yeah.
land.
Oh, I know. Will they succeed?
Probably not, but we'll give them a chance.
We'll see.
Okay.
It's survival of the fittest. If they don't
And-
survive, then they just don't
And
survive.
as they're running around hearing, about what's happening, eventually they all approach. About 10 minutes later, some of them seeming to have soot on their feet. Spitting out fires.
Oh, wow.
All right.
And yeah,
Where did they find the wood?
there are tents that don't exist anymore.
They are fantastic.
You taught them to scavenge from anything. Hello, Doggo.
Yep. We are crazy.
Just think that now.
And stupid.
Realizations are important to character growth. But yeah, so they gather around. It's now been about 45 minutes of just like you just standing, and they all kind of sort of order. That you notice like a lot of are gone. A lot of the issue that can come from these goblins is oftentimes you had so many that they felt so confident that they were kind of, acting upon it. That last fight has put some of them a little under their confidence.
Fair enough.
And they line up fairly quickly. And there's a somber kind of tone in basically all of them. The only one that doesn't have as much of a somber tone is the one that almost always has a somber tone. Faust's. First always. That. And yeah. And around this time when they all kind of line up, thank you. Cass comes out and goes, I'm so glad that you know how to. You've taught them their tricks. Come on. We'll, by the time we get there, it'll be all set up.
Oh, good.
And it takes you about half an hour. About 10 minutes into the walk, you all smell very strongly. Something that you'd already kind of been smelling, but the desert air's aridness had kind of taken it away. But the smell of salt water.
Bring
Couple-
back memories.
A couple of you start hearing sneezing from the goblins of yeah. It's like pushing another, ew.
That smells bad. Okay.
They're not accustomed to it.
To my goblins, that's what you call salt water. That's what you're smelling.
Yes. Oh, water! I'm so thirsty!
No.
Oh, please,
No.
God, no.
Do not drink.
And there's a moment,
salt.
yeah, where like there's this thing of like water. And you're all kind of like, no,
Not salt water.
bad.
Salt water bad.
And fire is bad.
Water's bad.
Heat
Fire's
bad.
bad.
The air is bad.
Everything is bad.
Sand is bad. Worms are bad. Worms are very bad.
Worms are very bad. Sand, yes, sand is bad.
Providers are bad.
No.
No. Provider can just kill
Just
that bitch.
idiots.
Provider is scary.
Yeah.
But so they all kind of slowly get used to it until the kind of area like kind of goes up slightly at one point as the
And then, of course, the dune.
it's sort of a dune. It's more just the ground had cracked and created like some lips in the ground, and as you kind of cross those, all of a sudden you see a very thin line of blue. Then all the goblins are kind of just like, "Oh, sky's weird." For those who even bother to notice,
Not
as
my
you kind
goblins.
of go a little closer, all of a sudden, there's the ocean. It's kind of out
Blue for a moment.
kind of out below you. It looks like however the desert aridness kind of slopes down into where the water line is, and out there are ships. There's actually a lot of ships along this coast, and there's the ocean. And at that, all the goblins just stop. And then Dom goes, "That's a big leak."
Wow.
That's called the ocean.
And then Cass goes, "Technically, that's a sea."
See? What's the difference?
You're a bard.
You're a bard.
Because I'm a bar doesn't mean I know the difference between a sea and an ocean.
Size mostly, and also scale of distance between
Yeah,
two things.
I didn't have a proper education.
All right, this is a sea. The sea near Rata that separates the blade from Lechia. Outside of that is the ocean, the Brevis Ocean. Don't drink the water. And she says to the goblin suddenly, who, like, you see them kind of start to, like, salivate. She goes, half of them are going to die from that, you realize.
Taylor, can they purify water?
He's like, or she's like, I kind of taught a couple, but
Could be
there's
useful.
only about 4 of hers left.
You might want to get them on that because they're going to start drinking anything they can find. So
Klaus goes, I got it.
whatever works.
Like, we left them in a savannah. I had to teach them how to make water. Not that kind of water. As Cameron and Krullik both comment.
I can just imagine the goblins.
Oh,
And Anna goes, I guess that makes sense that they didn't just die outside that city then. There was no water out there.
Oh, there was.
Oh, the goblins always bring out the best of us. But yeah, so as you approach the coast, Cass is just leading you. The goblins slowly kind of like, they're no longer walking single, like they're all like trying to scope out this giant blue
Puddle.
moving land thing because they've never really got more water than in a bucket in their lives.
It's true.
So they approach it the same way they approach the desert, whereas you guys kind of stop and Set goes, I got you your boat. They all kind of like, a couple of them scoot out a line and go like poke at it,
Throw it into
touch
the air.
it, throw it. Yeah, exactly. They're splashing each other. One of them goes to drink it and goes, ah.
That's why.
They don't try to like just walk on it.
A couple of the dumber ones, yeah,
Yeah.
but then they stick their foot in and they find out, oh,
It doesn't work,
poke
yeah.
it with your foot, yeah. And then as they're all kind of enjoying this new experience, Set goes, here you go, and you get the sight of a mastless
Awesome.
galleon,
Cool.
and goes, it's kind of tied up, ain't gonna go where much your place anyway. I made a rope that goes to the back because there's no longboats anymore. So whichever ones make it, I guess, can stay up there. tied it over to there, to that rock. And you do see this line tied from, like, the, basically guardrails on the tail end of the galleon, all the way back to just this boulder. And it's maybe 300 feet.
Yeah, 300-foot climb.
And he's just like, alright, get along, little gobbies. Cass goes, glad to be out of that. Oh no, you're gonna be on the ship. What? What? You're gonna watch them from out here? I'm not actually babysitting. But you are.
Oh no.
Set. I didn't actually. But you are. Set, please. Aren't you glad to be back in the Rata? I was. Well, get off. And she's like, I hate every big person I've ever come across.
Oh my gosh.
Except for like 2. And she climbs the rope. It's not the hardest thing. It's not the steepest thing. It's more just time consuming. And it takes her a couple of minutes, but she gets over there with relative ease. And she goes, I'm here. Welcome aboard the SS Goblins Suck, apparently. And the goblins
It's a
go.
long name.
The goblins go.
I mean, I guess we have to go up there too, at least to settle them, right?
Phyllis goes. Yes.
And to teach them not to take apart the ship?
Oh yeah, 'cause it's wood.
I was wondering whether you were going to think about that.
Yeah.
Alright.
After I saw the tents that were disassembled?
So I'm going to have each of you roll a climb check for yourself, and then for your goblins, just one, because
Acrobatics or
it's technically athletics.
athletics? Cool. 23.
Yeah. Well, your goblins?
Oh. How many? Just one
Just
roll?
normal. Just tell me what the flat number is.
17.
Oh, flat
You're
number?
good. Yeah. Because for them. Because
Oh, for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 10 for them and a 13 for me. Is it 13? Hold on. No, that's an 11.
You struggle. And because you struggle and your goblins are following you, one of them loses their grip at one point.
Try again!
But, yeah, but...
Oh, they're in the water.
Oh my gosh, jump in!
And I will
I'll save them out of it.
attempt to save them.
So you drop.
Dive!
I want you to roll an intelligence check for your goblins.
They're all gonna
Oh my gosh, follow you.
Do they get a negative to that? That's a 12.
I'll put it this way. They all see someone drowning. They're not that dumb.
So we're gonna create a chain.
However, so they all just sitting there. Now that they're not moving since you've jumped off, and they're just all on the rope, except for the one that's in the water. Roll in athletics. Can you swim back to the shore? It's not far, but
That's a it's 9 plus 7.
16.
16. Thank you.
it's good enough. Yeah, but
It's a very dramatic couple.
You gotta learn how to swim.
Was it one of the bards?
Yes.
it's Caspian.
Oh dang it! I want to let him drown.
Oh my gosh.
You didn't really notice which one had fallen until you saved him.
Still
You know
back
what?
in the water?
For those that don't know, Caspian is the goblin that for some reason likes to set off the traps the other goblins like to set with himself. He's also the one that has proven one of the most combat apt goblins. Period.
Yeah. And it annoys me.
Yes. I think he's the one with the most actually confirmed kills of 7.
Yeah. And he's a bard, I believe.
I think so. But yeah, so there's
The
Caspian.
bard.
Yeah.
You need to learn how to swim. You're gonna be that dumb.
That wasn't as funny as the traps.
Nope.
Roll again for just yourself.
Just myself.
Yeah.
Ugh. That's 12.
Again, you're slow. For some reason, this rope thing is just not your shtick. But the rest of your goblins, plus Caspian and you, get on board. Anna's are next. Hers are fine. Taylor's goes after that. Taylor has to pull a dive as well as 2 of her goblins fall.
Oh,
And
so sad.
however, she only manages to pull 1 to shore.
Uh-oh.
The second one, the bubbles stop before she swims back out.
Oh.
Is there any like driftwood around?
Not really.
Nothing.
Nah,
We're
the
in
thing
a
is,
desert area?
driftwood requires there to have been wood that somehow fell
Rocks.
in the water. Yeah, there's rocks.
Little ones.
Pebbles.
Pebbles.
The
right?
biggest thing is the boulder tied to. This is a very arid area.
Like,
Like,
boulder it's tied to.
the boulder the rope is tied to for the crossing. Like, it's anchored, but there's a small rope.
Wait, so
Quit it.
the
Quit
rope
it.
is attached to the rock?
He's fine.
The boulder?
It's tied
Yes.
around the rock.
That's how the ship is anchored.
No, it's anchored. This is how you're climbing on the boat.
This is our ladder.
You're barking right in the mic.
Let her down, let her greet
Yeah.
Maggie.
Uh-huh.
Go get Mom.
Yeah. Let her go.
Okay.
Okay.
So here's what we'll do.
He's in the way.
They do make it on the second attempt. Unfortunately, 1 goblin was lost.
Actually, no, I don't.
What?
1 goblin was lost, but Taylor's group doesn't make it
Oh.
in the end.
Never mind. I can't even do it. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Faust looks to you and goes, "You or me?"
Should go next. Sure, I'll go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Athletics for you and just a flat roll for the goblins.
How sturdy does this rope look?
19.
It's actually pretty good.
Oh, good.
Sick.
19 for me.
for you and
Full
15 for them.
Go for
all right.
the
Yeah,
long.
your goblins actually managed to do it just fine, leaving Faust with an athletics challenge.
Oh.
I
Really?
mean, if he just uses his hands, can't he use Dex?
No, he can try to tightrope it,
Right.
but it's moving a lot. But so Faust has all his goblins kind of go first.
Then he falls into the water.
And they actually kind of make it. He gets about 5 feet and doesn't even land in the water. He just kind of lands on the ground and goes back to the rope. Goblins didn't see it. And he just manages the second time. But again, he's kind of slow going about it. But yeah, the goblins make it up, and then he comes up, having pretended not to have fallen because he didn't even make it to the water. But yeah, so now you have 100 goblins on a boat.
They're on a boat.
And roll a d20.
8.
Roll a d20.
16.
Roll a d20.
7.
Yours, and Taylor's have a large group suddenly get very seasick from just on the barely swaying boat. Some of the other groups are kind of doing all right, but there's like 1 or 2 in yours. There's 1 or 2 in yours, but then there's like 5 in Taylor's.
I'm gonna have my
that are
group.
just
I'm gonna have my groups to like just lay down.
All of my group. Oh, oh, oh,
punching to the sway of the boat.
oh.
But yeah, so it's an issue, and to avoid ridiculousness, would you like to just make a roll to see how well you manage to teach them not to destroy the thing they're on and fishing?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we all? Or
Yes,
just-
because you're all
Dang it.
teaching your own group. It's
And
gonna
this
be a
is-
charisma.
Of course.
Charisma.
6.
6,
21.
21.
4.
Wow, I didn't think it could get worse than me.
That surprised
I
me.
rolled a 2.
You rolled a
So,
2. All right,
after I'm done with mine, if I see any other groups, the metal ones, I'm going to attempt to go over.
I feel like mine, they're listening, they're like, yeah, I turn around, they all go to tear apart the boat.
yeah. You, like, they don't even wait till you turn around. They're like, yeah.
I'm like, no.
Who don't think you can see you because they're not looking at it.
Like, stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
No, so, Fausts are actually, like, they understand, but they just don't understand the fishing concept. Like, he's like, fish. They pull out their bow. No. The other stick with the string. They try to pull out each other's bows. Like, everyone else besides you, I've seen it. So Krellick, Kevin, and Faust, you're having a trouble with not tearing up the ship. Yours are having a trouble with the concept of, wait, we can't just light fires on the boat? And Faust is having trouble with, like, we just shoot things. We don't fish things. One of them shoots a fish. And Faust's like, but you can't get it. Like,
they can attach strings to their bows.
Teach them arrow fishing.
I was gonna say you should probably do that.
you kind of like go, just teach me arrow fishing. Fine. And then all of a sudden, just fish start fighting.
Exactly.
That roll.
Understand
so
that.
all of a sudden, just fish. He goes, stop fishing now. Only as much as you need. Another arrow gets shot.
What? I'm hungry.
Yeah, exactly. And then Faust starts basically rebuking. Do you go and help either of them?
I help his.
Understand no fire.
Understand no fire, no breaking apart ship, fishing.
They need a place to store their drinking water too.
Can I try again?
Yeah, you may try again because he went over him.
5.
10.
The thing is, they have a real hard time because one of the biggest things you've led them to is you create fire to live, to heat yourself, to keep off predators. And so all of a sudden, don't light fire is real hard for them. They've gotten don't tear up the boat.
Yeah.
They're even sort of getting fishing. But they're kind of little firebugs, and that's hard.
While Carradin's helping them, can I be... Taylor, can you please help
As what happens
teach
is,
them?
like, you're trying, and what happens is, one of them literally pulls a plank up. And
If he
it's
does
like-
that, I smack him.
Yeah, you smack him, but the rest of them are just like,
Don't do that.
but as soon as you go, Taylor, can I turn back and half them up?
I smack all of them.
Cuff all of them.
Taylor's like, oh,
go down the line.
That's not how you do that. That's not how you talk to goblins. As she fails miserably to try to educate your goblins who are just not interested.
I don't think that's how you do it either.
Mine, listen to me.
Yeah, and mine aren't listening to you.
And then you hear
Carradin, please
and
help.
you hear one of your goblins go, yeah, one of those Escher gods trying to talk to us.
Oh my gosh.
I grab him by the neck. I'm like, never again. And I'll make an intimidation on that
Go
one.
for it.
I'm gonna go scout the ship and figure out what we have.
You can
for
go
s-
scout
for,
and
like,
20.
you can go help.
I'm
scare
continuing.
him,
Yeah. No, I'm like, never again.
and he never again. So put it that way.
Oh my gosh, no one can talk to my goblins.
That's an 11.
Okay. I mean, the thing
It's
is,
better than a
after
5
you
than a
ins-
6.
After you just scared him,
Yeah.
Carradin comes over,
Yeah.
reiterates basically the things you've said, and they get the gist. They're not the best fishers, but they get the gist of, oh, water underneath the wood. Sometimes. Okay. Sometimes wood breaking bad. Okay. The next time you look over, they're just breaking the banisters instead of the planks.
Like, no, never break the wood on the ship, ever.
Is there anybody else that's failing?
Faust has now succeeded with at least his. His weren't firebugs or anything like that, so...
I'm trying to figure out
16.
containers.
1 second.
Like, what do we have for containers?
After you kind of got yours to at least a decent enough place where they're not actively lighting fires,
Yeah.
you go down to the ship and it's large. This galleon has 4 decks. It has places where hammocks could be. It has storage areas that have empty boxes and barrels and things like that. Things like there are treated wood barrels that can hold water. There are crates that can hold food.
Any metal?
Anything metal?
Yeah.
There are a lot of nails and bolts in the walls. There are
Stay away from that, please.
Yeah.
there are rusted swords and daggers. There are screws from where the hammocks once were hung. There's a fake gold, like a gilded gold metal ring on the wheel. And below deck there are metal bands on barrels and crates, and you find a metal gridded area that looks like heavier cargo or maybe even animals were kept when the ship was potentially transporting stuff.
Fair enough. Anything remotely close to something that could hold a fire pit?
The metal gridded area is actually pretty decent where
Anything that could be moved to the top deck?
no. That is bolted in. I mean, you could attempt to unbolt it, but then it's also, it looks like this was built. It wasn't built afterwards.
It was built into it, yeah.
Into it, so it's like you're not exactly getting it above deck.
Yeah.
But,
I'll have to figure that out, yeah.
Okay, but what happened with you?
So I rolled 16.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled an 18.
On
And I'm just like, never break apart the wood on the ship.
never break apart the wood on the. What's a ship?
What you're on.
Someone called it a boat.
This is a boat. Yes, I'm sorry. Boat. Never break the wood on the boat.
Okay,
I
but what about the wood? And they're looking around trying to find wood like not on the boat.
You're
Well,
not gonna find it. Keep on looking.
Why
No.
do you wanna-
And then one of them holds up a plank that he'd already broken. But when he's back, goes,
No, but you broke that off the boat. So no. That doesn't. No.
and he kind of lowers it.
If it's attached to the boat, don't break it.
after I finish my scouting, I'm gonna kind of run the ship. I see him talking?
By the time you come up,
Yeah.
he's kind of finishing this, and Carradine, I believe, is helping with what was your
And
roll?
What?
Did you help him?
No.
Him? No.
Oh, okay.
I'm,
Like-
gra-
He was
I'm
doing
grabbing
his own thing, I
pieces of wood that they take off, and I'm mending them back to the ship.
Oh, okay. So you come up right as he kind of finished, and like the one kind of like lowers the plank, but doesn't like put it back, just kind of drops it,
Yeah.
and like better now. And you come over and actually make it, and he's like, and for a split second, you see the goblin almost like sad. the legs back together, but then he kind of just like.
And then I as I go past them, like watch the metal, and I just keep going.
Oh, to them.
There's a ton of metal on this ship,
Gosh
New
dang
thing.
it.
wood and metal.
So now this one's a little bit harder, but you can all try to tell them to not touch the metal.
Anything metal on this boat stays where it is.
13. Oh
a
my
natural
gosh.
Is that a
Oh,
natural?
Yes, it is a
It's
natural.
a natural one for him. It's a natural one for Anna.
Well, oh no.
So they all nod. They've learned now.
Do mine nod?
They all nod.
Okay.
Everyone's learned.
Gosh dang
This
it.
is how you get people to stop talking to you. Because his group nodded, and now they're not being talked to. Faust's group's nodded and is fishing, and now he's not. They're not being talked to. So the rest of the goblins slowly kind of learn. Okay. And you don't know any better for these two.
I don't
Alright.
know if mine
You-
are.
I mean, you feel like you were pretty confident with them. But
Probably
the
an
thing
insight
Is,
Can I
check
roll
might
an
be good.
insight on my goblins?
That's
I mean, you can, but why would you unless you?
See if they actually understand
You
me.
can roll insight, sure.
10.
they're goblins. I mean,
Like,
Yeah.
like realistically, they're nodding. It looks like they
Yeah.
understand.
ugh.
Yours aren't trying to rip up planks anymore, so you figure
Are they looking at the metal?
there's not really a lot of visible metal on deck.
Okay.
It's more just the thing is too. You guys
I
realize,
talked to
however,
Kevin. Yeah.
now as you guys are talking about this, like don't touch the wood on the boat, don't touch the metal on the boat. Faust is the one who kind of goes over and goes, "You moved that giant worm, right? Why don't you bring all that stuff up?" And you guys had left a pile of makeshift tents, the poles, the scraps of parchment, and all their metal bits that they've already made into like
Yeah.
idols. He goes, "Can you just bring that up here so we don't have to deal with it?"
Give me a moment.
Can I talk to Kevin real quick?
He's
Go ahead.
looking at something, but yeah.
I'm like, the one person that really matters about the metal is Doblin. So if you explain to him, like, don't mess with the metal that's on the boat, then hopefully he can also help with the other goblins not touching the metal on the boat.
Fair enough.
At least that's my understanding. I'm like,
And Doblin's been by your side the whole time.
Yeah.
So if you kind of come up and go, Doblin's the only one that doesn't understand. Doblin goes, I understand. No metal from this. He kind of points down. No wood from this. But where do we get metal and wood from?
the provider.
Looks over.
I say just use what you have, and I point at the pile of crap that we have.
Right. But it's over there.
We'll get it here.
Oh, okay.
It will come with us.
He goes, provider usually don't give us materials.
No, they don't.
He usually just gives us food. And you see that some of his has gone back to fishing, and I was like, you know?
I feel like I just realized how awful that would be to do to someone.
What?
As a malicious way to use pass wall is just pass wall into a boat, the side of a boat. Oh.
Oh, a lot of spells have a lot more creative uses than people think, so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But alright, after, I'm assuming you have something, tensor floating disc, telekinesis, something,
Yeah.
moves
Dimension door.
on dimension door with objects.
I've used a lot of my spells for the purple worm fight. So I can do Tensor's
true.
disc. That'll get it like at sea level. So it'll get it up to the edge of the boat, but that's about it.
It only floats across ground.
Yeah. 3 feet. It has to be 3 feet off the surface. I can go up slopes, but no more than 10 feet. I'm assuming this galleon is more than 10 feet
Well,
above sea
the
level.
10 feet slope, I think, right? Like, like
If it's even considered a slope.
because then, like, you're on the dunes with it, and there's... The thing is, the rope's a slope.
Yeah. Like, it can't go like 10, what is it,
I think it's talking about, like, steepness, maybe.
yeah.
If you want to roll an Arcana, I'll see if you can balance it on the rope to float it up.
That's true.
Otherwise, it just goes all into the water.
And
I mean,
down
realistically,
to
I'll just bring it across sea level, and we'll hoist it up. Basically, we'll just.
How?
Do we have like a piece of the tent we can just kind of make a?
If you want to trust it,
Net
go
out
for
of
it. Like, they're pretty ratty.
That's true.
They don't have Bigby's hand.
Jeez.
I have nothing in the way.
Can throw it up there.
Stuff like that. Actually, I still haven't done that.
I was like, I can send it to a different dimension. That's all I got.
You know what? I'm just gonna. Oh, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna cast fly and transport back and forth.
Oh, okay.
I can do that.
Yeah. And he goes, wait, I think I know that one. I think it was. And kind of watches you cast it. And goes, let's see if she can figure it out. She doesn't quite figure it out, and she doesn't end up casting fly on herself. So.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, go the other way. Oh, camera.
Huh? Oh yeah.
You're on camera. Hello.
You can still come through if you really want to.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
Nope.
All right. So it takes you a little bit of time, but you finally get it done, and every goblin's kind of settled. They've slowly found areas. A lot of them like to sleep on deck. A few of them have gone below. Sewer Lord have gone below. And Cass at the end of it is just like, none of what you've all done has made me feel better about this in any way. In fact, I hurt a little inside.
You can attempt to do a better job yourself.
Get
Otherwise,
off
this
my
is what
boat.
you have. Our boat.
It's not your boat until you figure out
Paid
what's
for
going
it?
on.
Oh, that's what we already did. Right.
No, not until you get the whole permission to move it. Otherwise, it's my boat.
Still
that
a
you're
boat
paying
that
for
we
rooms
own.
on.
Permission to move it.
Because until you get permission to like move it down, they're gonna just sink it. In 2 months. That's the thing that they had told you about in the room.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You're paying for space until it moves.
Right.
Off my boat.
His boat. Okay. You pay for it.
Bye. I'm getting off the boat.
Athletics check. Or do you just want to dive into the water?
I've had enough water.
Alright, how do you... You can just choose how to get off the boat, but if you're rowing down the rope, you're flying, so... It runs out soon after you get back to shore, but...
Yeah.
15.
Even still,
That's fine.
Yeah.
I've got to get
On a
it now.
3.
I rolled a 19.
Alright, that's
I'm a
a
lot-
natural 20,
But
so he
I'm actually, my flight will probably wear off.
I'm a lot better
I'm
getting
gonna spend a
down
bit of
than
time
going
getting
back
them,
up.
making sure they're settled, to make sure they actually have
Okay.
like.
And what happens, I kind of like, during the trainings and things like that, yours had succeeded a bit earlier, so you had time.
Yeah.
Realistically, the hard part is they don't really have a lot of beds or anything, but they were sleeping on the ground before, so not much has changed.
Yeah, I get Faust goblins as well as Taylor's goblins to start putting water in the barrels that exist.
Oh, okay.
I get them to understand the whole like fire situation. Trying to at least, I try to explain it to them.
They understand they're not supposed to set fire to the boat.
Yeah.
And they understand that the water that they're putting in these barrels are better to drink than the water outside the boat. And that's about as far as you can really get without spending a full day on the boat, like really walking them through this kind of stuff.
And then I give them a room for their idols
Oh, okay.
because they kind of need to put them somewhere.
There's several areas. The graded area down below is
That's
actually...
the low section of the boat.
That's where the graded area is, and the graded area actually has areas where you can like basically put something in and it'll
Yeah.
stand. So yes, you've put their temple at the very base of the boat.
They are now a cult.
How symbolic.
How long have they been on cold? Let's be honest.
Longer than we wanted them to be.
Yeah.
Right. But afterwards, you all get off the boat. You all rolled high enough. Taylor takes a dip. She doesn't quite. She's been tired, and she falls. She comes out, and she's angry, but doesn't say anything. And Faust looks over and goes, "Did you hurt yourself?"
To me?
No.
Oh,
To
to her.
Taylor. Taylor's like, there's like a moment of like awkwardness. It's like, no. It's like, good. Walks away. Taylor's like,
We're walking together, right?
yeah, and then I'm assuming you guys are gonna start walking.
I'm gonna bring up the like. Do you want to ask him? It's kind of annoying.
Taylor's like, I don't know. I don't have an answer to that question.
You don't need the disguise anymore.
It's hard to say when you've lived something for a whole month and it's kind of defined you for a while. It's kind of hard to call it a disguise anymore.
It's a month versus how long are you? How old are you?
There's a difference where when my family was killed, I wasn't exactly thinking I was gonna live much longer.
So you want a new beginning?
Your entire family was killed?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a persuasion or deception.
22.
The same roll of 28. Whether she's persuading you or decepting you, it's the same roll.
Because that whole issue could be gone in mere seconds.
And you guys are all walking in a group, and so Faust is like, I don't have a spell prepared.
Well, fair.
And then he looks and goes,
We got a couple days.
like, what do you want? And she's like, that's...
If you want to stay in this form, no one's
I
going to
don't
judge you. It's not a
want to
big
be
deal.
either, if I'm completely honest. I don't want to be the old me. I don't really want to be the new me.
There's
But there's not really an in
Something for
between.
that, yeah.
There's nothing I can do. But I'll tell you this, I really don't want to be the old me. 'Cause the old me has nothing.
Right.
The old me lost everything.
I'm sure we can figure something out with someone else, then I guess. It's probably another.
Honestly, you don't have to make the decision right now. You
Yeah.
don't have to. It's not a big deal right now. It really doesn't change much. So,
And you know what? That's a
Until-
good point, and let's go have a drink until I believe that.
I'm sure
then
you can,
I do ask.
I'm
if
sure
we
you
have
can
the
pay
ti- are
some
we
wizard
stopping
to change your appearance permanently.
I guess I need something to memory alter potentially. I mean,
You could do that too, but I
only
wouldn't
me,
recommend
guess.
it.
I'm like, I asked Kevin a question because
What?
it's something I didn't hear before. It's like, when were you and Shavan show without us?
I don't particularly enjoy talking about it, but
This is a piece that I asked him that.
I have a decent history of going where I'm told and killing without asking questions.
Faust goes, Shaman Shell's good at that.
I'm like, that's where you were when you told us about where you were before.
Yes. Most of my life has been acting as some kind of...
And while you're kind of talking, the nervousness you've expressed, out of privacy or whatever, Anna, Taylor, and Faust have kind of stepped away for your sake. Not like far, but
like
not audibly easy to hear.
Yeah.
Because you've expressed the obvious nervousness as you're...
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
Well,
I'm listening.
Okay.
yeah, like
As a kind of...
while Faust is walking, I was just gonna be like, Faust, don't walk away.
Faust is like, listen, I've heard, I've experienced, Shaman Shell has a dozen different military organizations that create assassins. I don't exactly need to hear another. Same reason I don't talk about mine. He kind of looks at you and nods though. And it's like, it's...
Were you guys part of the same one?
I don't know. I've never met him before.
I mean, you weren't born when I was there, so...
Right. Oh, that's right. You're half elf.
Yeah.
And as you're kind of walking and you're talking, you've kind of got to the edge of town. Anna and Taylor have kind of moved ahead because you kind of pulled Faust back, and you guys are still talking.
Yeah, and then I'm like, we can move this conversation to our heads too if you don't want to talk about it out loud.
I don't care.
But just like I wasn't sure which one you were a part of.
It's rough, but it doesn't bother me that much.
Okay. But you don't know which one you were a part of.
Absolutely not, no.
Man, in all truth, I couldn't have told you what the name of mine was either. Groups. That's all it is. Small groups. Less political accountability that way.
Right.
Apparently, political success if you rat out the people you work with. In my case.
Like, so we know what yours did. What did yours do though?
I mean, I kind of summed it up pretty easily. I was sent somewhere. I was given...
Project.
Still? Okay. I was sent somewhere. I was given a target, and I was told to kill.
Was it a
It's
group
very
like Faust, or were you just by yourself?
It was mostly me. Sometimes there was one other person.
And were you there since you were a kid, or were you there?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
That was most of my life.
Gotcha.
Yay for Shaman Shell and its many terrible histories.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to like,
It doesn't matter.
but I was just curious.
This is like,
Were you part of an assassin thing?
No.
yeah, there's a weird thing going around, isn't there? It's a bug. You don't want to catch it. Bugs.
No,
He
it was just fight
does
pits
kind
for
of
me.
You were
approach
fight
you
pits, yeah.
as they're,
You beat me one time.
Did I?
and he goes,
Yeah.
No.
if you ever
I
want to
swear I
know,
would have remembered short.
there's like 4 or 5 that do the kid thing.
Ah.
Yeah.
None of them are pretty.
That was you.
I saw a couple of your other fights
I
just
recommend
aside
staying
from
out, but
I have no intention
us
of going back.
fighting.
I took what I got.
Yeah.
You're good.
I was trained well.
good on you.
Took me
And
a long
then
time.
Faust kind of moves forward.
You were born there?
Just because there's not much for
Yeah. That's all I've known.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have been born somewhere else and just thrown into there. I don't know.
Right. That's what happened to me.
And so right after Faust kind of talks with you and walks away, they keep talking about their fight pits and the fact that they'd actually met at some point before. And as the group's now kind of split, where Anna and Taylor are not sure what the conversation is. They're laughing now. They're starting to fall back. The two of you have caught up just enough for them to hear this. And Anna goes, "Oh yeah, I beat you too."
Yep.
And
How did you lose her?
he goes, "You want to
Kick
try
me
me?"
in the balls really
No,
hard,
no,
dude.
no, thank you.
Wait, when did we get on that topic?
While Faust talked to you, they
Okay.
brought up, but they're all kind of, they start joking, just in front of you, where
I mean, I totally
Taylor's
saw
just
that he was going to
listening,
be you, by
Faust
the
is
way.
there, and then you're hearing them, but
Yeah.
as they're talking,
Bubbles are just.
there's a feeling you get
Okay.
in your head. I need you to roll a wisdom check for me.
At 20.
Natural 20. You have it's a feeling. It comes suddenly. It's very reminiscent, and you don't know if it was because you were just talking about it, but you could swear that someone that you know just walked past as you're kind of entering your day.
Interesting.
And I assume you turn.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, I'm just asking.
Yeah, like, I'm a bit put off. Like, I will investigate.
Yeah. So as you kind of
Do
turn,
I notice?
this is passive perception.
Passive
because
perception,
You're currently
right.
in a conversation.
In front of him as
No,
well,
in
right?
front. Yep.
Yeah, we're in
Technically,
front.
everyone's in front of Kevin at the moment.
Yeah,
But Kevin, so
Kevin
you,
and Faust, right?
as well,
I
Faust
wouldn't
is
have seen it.
ahead of.
I can tell you
They
that.
split up as well.
Oh,
Faust did
okay.
move forward because touchy-feely things aren't Faust's thing. So.
Yeah.
But so as you turn, the person that had passed you kind of stops, and you both kind of turn, and there seems to have been a similar moment on his end, and it is a him, as he turns and goes, "I didn't even recognize you." And what's your passive?
Not high enough to see that. 11.
Well,
11.
mine's a 10.
Yeah.
11. And, okay.
So Faust
So-
is the only one?
No, Anna's got a 15.
Okay.
But Anna's further away. But so you guys kind of turn and stop, and like you guys are joking, Anna's joking, but in this moment you see her, she's still talking, but she like, just looks because she saw Kevin stop, and her looking, like she just starts looking. That's all you guys see, and then he turns to you and is just like, he says his thing, and you recognize him immediately.
Okay. As.
I don't know.
Okay.
And there's a moment. Do you do anything?
Question is, do we turn?
Because as he says this,
Yeah.
there's a moment and you see him kind of reach, and he pulls out something, and in that moment, Anna's gonna turn, and then kind of like is laughing, and then you see her face drop, and then as you guys turn, you kind of start to see Faust like sees
Mhm.
Anna and turns,
We all turned.
and he pulls out this blue, opaque, jagged edged. It's not any kind of shape uniform. And he kind of holds it out, and I need everyone who sees it to make a wisdom, which is a lot of people actually. Since we're in
Cool.
the middle of town.
I
You-
failed.
Oh my gosh!
So,
I rolled a 1
I
again!
rolled a 2.
wow. Okay, real quick. So this is normally a charm effect. You normally
Yeah.
have advantage on it. However, due to previous things, you have disadvantage. So you have a flat roll.
Okay.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Well, that was a 29 for Faust,
Yep.
an 8 for Taylor, and 7 for Anna.
Yeah. 3 for me.
3 for you, 1 for you,
I
Two.
literally have a 1.
a 2.
Yep.
Oh, crap.
Oh,
this
sucks. Please
all
don't
of a
tell me
sudden-
you just got
The entire...
mid-blacked.
Yep.
No. Suddenly,
Yep.
the rest of you, the world is white and it is loud. And that's all it is. White, loud.
Do I see anybody, or is it just me alone here?
It's sudden just white, loud. You can't even hear "I-am" in your head. Like, you can't
It's
think.
overpowering everything.
Same thing. It happens to everyone. You have no idea what's happening. I need, after that... Sorry, some stuff. None of you see it, so
Right, yeah.
give me a second. It lasts. Thank you for the warning. We'll be wrapping up soon. Just one moment. Okay. It lasts. Stuff is happening, and I need you to make another wisdom at a disadvantage.
Okay.
Because this is super disadvantage.
Yeah.
Actually, in fact, everyone does. Actually, you all have disadvantage. Yeah.
7.
Yes, finally. We got a 14.
At disadvantage.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
And
With the modifier this time?
wisdom save. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a disadvantage. So it's the lower of the two.
Oh, wisdom saving though?
Yep.
Okay. 9.
So so all of a sudden the world comes back. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 14.
You roll.
7.
Honor rolled a 3. Taylor rolled a 7. Faust got a 28 again. But as the world comes back, you're like, you see, like you have like your head in your hand, you have your hands over your ears. But as the world comes back, you can't move.
Fun.
And you all know this spell very well. As you see, Faust and this elf in the middle of a fight. Faust has several burn marks on him. The entire area around you, the Rata, all of a sudden, like starts backing up. The ones who weren't affected by the spell, but have just come out of the haze. And they're all like, "What just happened?" You're currently held. You don't see it because unfortunately you weren't facing.
Oh wait,
towards
so
it.
they can move, but we can't.
Wait.
He only had a certain area that he could
gotcha,
cast it on.
It's hold person, right?
It's whole person, but you unfortunately were facing him, and he's gone behind you.
Yeah.
And you see Faust has some burn marks. The guy has an arrow in his shoulder.
Of course.
But then you see him cast, and you see this bolt of lightning just fire at Faust. And it strikes him dead in the chest.
Oof.
And just... And you see him go. It knocks him to the ground. And... Is hold person, is it an every turn thing?
Yeah.
It is every turn.
So all of you get another one. It's not a disadvantage this time. It's just a flat roll.
12.
Doesn't make it.
11.
Doesn't make it. Anna rolled a 5. Taylor rolled a 4.
Nat 20.
So you pop out. Just as everyone else is being held. Faust is about 40 feet away on the ground. And I need a D20 for you right now. It's initiative.
Okay. 11.
Natural 20.
Wow.
And he turns to you as you kind of turn to him. And he begins casting a spell. You can roll to understand what it is. You kind of know what it is. But
Yeah,
it doesn't
it's-
stop as he kind of goes, "Come back to me." And I need you to roll another wisdom. And unfortunately, due to the relationship with him, it's flat.
Okay.
Because it's a disadvantage, but you have advantage. So
Ah,
not off the table, though. I don't know what it is, but...
that was a 19.
Thanks. 14 plus...
Saving throw?
Stupid wisdom throws.
Saving throw?
Seriously.
5.
Yeah.
So what is that?
19.
19. And it etches into your mind, and you barely manage to wave it off. And he kind of looks upset, and it's technically your turn of initiative.
Yeah.
You're about 10 feet away from him. Everyone else is held. I'll give you guys a moment in a second.
Awesome. I mean, in defiance of that, I just say, like, I'm not coming back.
You just defiantly, "I'm not coming back."
Yeah.
As you say that, you don't do anything though.
I know, I'm gonna do something.
Okay.
I'm gonna Misty step to, like, the nearest rooftop.
There isn't one within 30 feet.
What?
You're on the edge of town.
It's like a shanty town, right?
Right,
You're on
it's a
the
shanty.
edge of town.
Okay.
Let me put it this way. It's a shanty town.
Oh, we're like
The nearest roofs are like straw.
Okay.
That you know you wouldn't like. You'd go on top and fall through.
Fair enough. Okay.
There's no rooftop that you can do that to within 30 feet.
All right.
So you can go 30 feet away from him.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'll pass through him basically.
Okay, so you pass through to behind him, we're near the rest of them.
Yeah.
The rest of you can have a save.
Nope.
Yay!
What is it?
Roll the 19.
Okay, and do you have anything? You have just the flat 19, right?
I just have a flat 19.
So you and Anna, because she rolls a natural 20, pop out in this moment. It is at the end of your turns, however, when you break out.
Do you want us to roll to see where we are in initiative?
I'm just putting you both behind Kevin now.
All right.
But you guys are going to pop out, and he looks to you and goes, "Fine." Roll wisdom.
Great! Nope. That's an 11.
He goes, "Fine." Then watch your friends kill each other. And you are now dominated.
Crap.
And you really are suddenly against Anna.
Again.
I hate my life.
And then he does that, and he goes, "Come with me." And he casts it, and you know what just happened, and you see it on his face as he turns. And it is now your initiative.
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. And she's still held too, isn't she?
No.
Okay.
She had come out, but
Oh yeah, I'm not wearing my armor. Because that's a stated thing. I'm not in my armor, and unless I'm going into battle. Ugh.
You look so like. You got a spell?
I think so, yeah.
All right.
What is he wearing?
He is wearing.
Yep. Because I can do some nasty stuff.
Right.
He's wearing light armor.
Light armor?
Mm-hmm.
Do I remember anything specific about his abilities?
Magic.
Okay.
Lots of magic.
Fair.
You've seen him in a martial setting, but that's just something he can do. He tends to fight his hand.
Race?
He's elf. High
Okay.
elf. We do have to kind of wrap up.
I
this,
get you,
so-
yeah.
I'll also be stopping in the middle of combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we want to stop in the middle of this particular one.
Nope.
So,
I'm
It's
going
okay.
to Pearl of Power Fireball.
okay. It's a deck save of.
It's a deck save of, what is it? Yeah, done.
He rolled
15.
22.
So
you really
there's
have-
How
still
many
the
of us are near him?
Technically, he had misty stepped, so that you're all behind him, and he's on the other side. So no one.
Okay.
He
8d6 though.
Okay.
Divided by 2. I need.
I was going to say, 86.
No.
There you go.
The mic probably didn't like that.
Sorry, Mike.
That's 23.
So he takes 11.
Cool.
And
5,
you see him kind of take it, and he goes, "I remember you being more powerful than this."
23.
It was-
What else? I'm gonna action surge.
all right, you can action surge. The current state that you're in, however, you won't get another spell, just because the way your mind is right now, it's something's affecting you.
Okay.
But you can still action surge and still do stuff. It's just
He's still on ground level. He's level with me, right?
Yeah.
We didn't do it. Okay, I'm just gonna run up to him and smack him.
All right, roll.
Okay.
Roll it.
Actually,
Yeah.
It's
gonna be weird. Guess what I've equipped?
Oh! Yeah.
Mm.
I want to see what the penalty for that was, though.
If you don't make the save, you can't attack.
I know, yeah. I don't...
He has a special weapon called Restraint.
What was the save again? I think I have it written down here.
I think it's a 16.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop my shield and two wield it.
Okay.
So... plus a 5.
16 hits.
Okay.
He's not hard to hit. He wasn't exactly
Well,
expecting
no, that's
to...
not the hit. That's the save.
No. That's... You have to still hit first.
As soon as I wield it with 2 hands, though. As soon as it's in 2 hands.
Oh, yeah. No, you make the save then. So you
Yeah.
rolled a hit. Okay.
Okay, now I rolled a hit. Which is a lot higher now.
Yep, you hit, and you roll...
What was the damage buff to that, too?
It was
It's
a
on the
15
thing.
plus what?
I have it right here.
Yeah. It hit the Restraint.
Yeah.
No, 15 plus a lot, right?
15 plus a lot. No, he
Okay.
he rolled higher than the 11.
Remember.
So, yeah, it's high. He hit on a 16. So.
Call out the numbers.
Okay.
Well, I finally get to get introduced to my sword.
Yeah. You do.
Yep.
Yeah, plus 6 to attack and damage when used with 2 hands. Plus radiant damage? What?
Yeah, no, this thing's pretty good.
Okay.
Kinda stupid.
There's supposed to be there's a good benefit to you using a two-handed and risking that will save.
Okay. Let's see, I hit, and damage is 1d10 plus 3d8 radiant.
Yep. So 3d8.
Yeah. Okay. And
So that's a 10.
crap. Yeah. Wait. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
3d8.
Um,
so that
crap.
one and this one.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is 2, 5, and
that one.
8. So 15, 25 plus your strength.
Which is a plus 2. Or no, plus 3.
So that's 28 plus, I think it's a plus 2 weapon when you use it like this. Or at all. So it's 30 damage in your first swing.
Believe so. Yeah.
And then you have your
Second
second. So just roll all that.
Yeah. Let's do that again.
Alright.
We'll hit the hit again.
to hit.
too, yeah.
Yeah, roll the hit. Let's see. And an 11 plus
6.
6, so you hit. And that one's a little less damaged.
You don't have to make another save.
No, it's as soon as I grasp it.
Okay.
I made a phrase wrong, but nah. Restraint currently in your head telling you not to do it, though. You don't know what this new voice in your head is that's not I am, not this guy, and not any of your party members who's suddenly talking to you. But 10, 13 plus 5, so 18. So yeah, you hit him again, and he's like, oh, okay, maybe that was where your strength was.
All of his strength is in his strength.
Cool.
And he goes, okay, and this is when you attack Rana.
And that will be a
Oh, does he have to like make a concentration for that though?
I just did.
Okay.
You did.
Yeah. I
your
figured.
rush, rage,
Yep.
Oh,
and
gosh.
attack.
Yep.
Would it only be one? He hit him twice. Is that not
I
2
rolled
concentrations?
2.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Wow. That's a really
Right.
impressive concentration.
Remember, it halves.
Okay.
has to be
Oh
half your
man.
damage.
Rolled a 19 and a 1.
But okay.
So, does a 28 hit her?
Yes.
On a run!
So that is, I believe, I've forgotten already. What is art and violence again? D12, right?
Yeah.
Plus a D10.
Yep.
Just don't collect a charge.
And is a +2 weapon.
Yep.
I did not.
10.
That's a
It's 10,
10
right,
plus 3. So 13.
plus your rage damage.
Plus rage damage, which is 2, I believe.
Oh, he's taking poison damage too.
Oh.
He's getting 2d4 poison every
Oh,
turn.
right, because he's within 5 feet of you. But that's
Yeah.
when I think I'm at the start of his turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do.
He's checking that. You
Sorry,
deal
3. So 16.
16 plus the 2 for the weapon. It's also to damage.
18.
6, 7, 8. Plus the 2.
Okay.
So
there's 16.
It is 16.
So yeah. Bang! And the second one,
Is a full whiff into the dirt.
and she kind of gets out of the way of the second one, shocked, and goes, "Oh, not again!" As she remembers when Krullik was dominated and stabbed her.
At least she's not getting stabbed this time.
And she's just going to
Bludgeoned,
She
okay.
takes the dodge action against you because she doesn't want to attack.
Okay.
And she's like, "Oh crap!" And you may now make your save, and Faust has to
Please.
make his death saving throw.
Oh, 20.
Oh my God.
You pass.
Please.
Hooray.
God.
At least you have
And
wisdom.
Taylor passes, so you both come out of it.
Right.
And
Do I have
it's-
enough to just take out my sword, or no?
No, it's
Okay.
at the end of your turn.
Gotcha.
So he, seeing this, is like, oh, he takes the 2d4.
Yeah.
Swear.
He's-
Needs to make another cool save.
Yeah.
Little triangles.
Yeah, I know.
You have 2 of them.
It doesn't click in my mind.
So he takes another 5,
Yep.
which he's fine on concentration for. And he's like, all right. You obviously have made a choice. Last chance, or else everything comes down upon you.
We're not enemies.
Touches you.
I'm not coming back.
And goes, okay then. And he casts make another will. He's trying real hard.
Yeah. +5.
What is it?
That was a 15 he rolled. So you roll it, and you feel his like fingers clawing at your mind, and you shake it off. He
Can I
goes,
try to make a diplomacy?
well,
Mm.
at this he kind of drops his. I handed a book over there. May I have that book back?
Wait, what is the equivalent of diplomacy?
Persuasion.
Okay.
Yep.
Um,
Diplomancy is now persuasion.
And I just need to check one thing. All right. But yeah, so he casts it, and he pulls his hand away and goes, "Traitor." And that's the end of his turn. It is your turn.
War's over. Like, we're done.
And is that all you say?
That's all I say, and then I'm going to book it over to Anna.
Give me 1 second, please.
I'm actually just gonna Misty Step over to Anna,
Okay, so you Misty Step over to her.
because I don't get the attack of opportunity.
Yeah, which is probably good. So you Misty Step over there, getting away. Yeah. So at that, you kind of go over there. Anna's turn, your turn, Taylor's turn. You and Taylor can go.
Okay.
You're gonna be attacking Anna. Anna's still taking the dodge action against you.
I go right up to him.
Up to who?
The dude.
guy.
Yeah.
You rush forward. I'm assuming Taylor rushes forward with you. Your
Yeah.
weapons are drawn.
Yep. I have Wolf's Fang.
You have Wolf's Fang. Okay.
And also, after being kind of like weirded out by the sword, I go back to one-handing it and call my shield back to me.
Yeah, which you can do. Which,
Yeah.
but yeah. So in your head, you're hearing this new voice that's just going stop, 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 and currently you're listening to it, so it starts to like slow down. But okay.
So 16 and over 20.
Okay. What was yours to hit?
12 and 22.
22 hits.
Yep. 6,
Your
5,
damage.
6, 7.
Remember, there's no sneak attack to it though.
I didn't roll any d6s.
I know, absolutely.
10.
10 to Anna as. Well, you had to roll at disadvantage.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Both of them.
Yeah, that works. Taylor is still affected and does not hit either of his
Oh, there,
attacks,
that's good.
her attacks. But you do.
That's gross. What is he rolling there? 3d12 for it?
Yeah.
For a great sword?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's insane.
Great sword.
They found some really cool items.
41.
Oh my gosh!
And then I'm gonna action surge.
Go for it, real quick. He has to be. You're still dominated. He has to beat half of that.
And I get both my attacks back, right?
Yep.
Cool. And I hit both of them.
What's the
What are they?
14 and a 9, and I have a +8.
+8? But what that puts it at is +8.
22 and over 30, I think.
You said a
No,
14.
27. Sorry.
14 and 19.
14 is a +8, so that's
Yeah.
a 22.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then the
so-
other one
Oh,
is
yeah,
a 19
yeah,
plus
you
8.
hit, you hit.
Yeah. Okay.
I got confused for a second.
Under a 10, over a 10 I hit.
Yep.
More than 8 you hit.
Oof. You're taking notes on your damage. Let's see, he took that damage.
I don't think he's surviving.
You don't know what level he is.
I don't. But that was...
That was 40, and then he took only 10 from the fireball.
Oh, he only
He
took
didn't
10
take
from
much from
fireball.
Faust, actually.
But 30
Mm.
plus whatever he took.
He's taken around 80 to 90 right now.
He's at least taking a beating.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Taylor missed both attacks and does not have action search.
Yep.
Krullik, man, math faster.
I mean, at least he's smart enough to do math.
53.
Wow.
Sorry, no.
Well,
57.
but each one is separate, right?
Huh?
Each one is separate. So,
Yeah.
You have 2 different ones.
So on one of them, you snap out, realize what you've been doing, but before that, it goes to his turn, and you just
I did 94 damage to him.
yeah.
Oh my
And
gosh.
he was sitting at he had done around 45, and he's just like, oh,
Hey, buddy.
Bing!
you will die painfully.
Not by you, though.
And you see him cast, and then just
Yeah.
Gone.
and none of you have the special thing like the War Mage or whatever it is.
I do.
Yeah.
But I
No, not Warcaster. There's a special
Mage.
feat, Mage Slayer,
Mage Slayer.
which lets you stop spells. But so, whoosh, and all of a sudden, in a sort of, you're just looking at Taylor, and Taylor's just like, "What was that?"
Mike.
With that, we are going to wrap up today. We will be picking up next time, right here in the
Me.
dirt, where
Fuming.
Faust is still making death saving throws.
Oh my gosh. He got owned. Like, oh my gosh.
The thing is, even if you succeed, you still have an effect on you,
Yeah.
and
So afterwards, stated action coming out of rage. See Faust.
you'd have to make a perception. But we're gonna get to
Yeah,
that.
we're gonna.
We'll get to that.
I like Wolfsfang.
I know you. Yes, that is going to be today's game. Wrapping up, you will have some questions for you next time.
Some questions for my sword.
You have some questions for your sword. Some questions will be answered. Some questions won't be answered. But that'll be next time. But hopefully, will be next Sunday. We might have a break for Father's Day. We will have still something. We just don't know what. But we might pick this up, or you might have a 2-week break to have to deal with this week's question. Until then, this is Assorted Dice. We will see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.